Good evening, Pirate Gang. What is good? On the gang, what is good? Cheers to me. Cheers to you all, the Rumboyz girls. What it do, dilly. Welcome here to each and every Friday night here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. It is Rumboyz After Dark. We have a very, very special episode for you guys tonight. A lot of NFL offseason action. We're here to pick and prod and answer all of you guys' questions. We have an amazing show sheet for you guys, along with the star-studded lineup. Make sure that right away you like this here live stream, okay? Like the podcast. If you have not already, be sure to like the podcast. Hit that share button as well. You know, share it on your Twitter, your Snapchat, your Facebook. Put on your Oculus, go into the metaverse, share it there, Instagram, whatever you have, you name it. I want you guys to spread that link everywhere. All right. Share the content. We do appreciate it. Also, join the live chat, make some friends, get to know each other, also get to know our panel. Like I said, we'll also be taking, your questions, your comments throughout the show. You already know how it'll go. Now, without further ado, before we actually get into the cast and crew, I want to let you all know that this show here is brought to you by monkeyknifefight.com. What the? Again, monkeyknifefight.com. You can download the Monkey Knife Fight app, available on iOS and Android. Whenever you utilize Monkey Knife Fight for all your daily fantasy prop needs and utilize our promo code, my crew and I, we're going to match you on your very first deposit all the way up to $100. So make sure that you get on over there to monkeyknifefight.com. We greatly appreciate it. Use a promo code. Get your match. Also, this show is brought to you by the brand new app. I know that I still have that fucking old Sports Me background up in the background. I got to get that changed. I'm going to get that changed by before the end of the week, for next week. But yeah, this show is brought to you by the Stacks app. Ladies and gentlemen, feel free to download the Stacks app, available on iOS and Android. Make compelling content with some of your favorite analysts, even some of the guys you see on tonight's show. Join our bracketology tournament. We will be announcing our bracketology tournament. If you're with the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, I'm going to make sure that I get you guys first dibs on getting into that bracketology tournament. We're going to be having a lot of really dope prizes surrounding college basketball. So get on over to the Stacks app. Make your takes heard. Your voice, your opinion creates your currency. Let's get into the cast and crew without further ado. Ladies and gentlemen, first up, you know him here representing the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Give it up for Drop the Mic FF.
What's up, Robbie? Another Friday night, and I needed this one bad, so let's keep the party rolling.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, also representing the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. You guys see him here every Friday night, and you also caught him during the NFL season. He is always here to bring the pain. Saint Pat FF.
I want to shout out my wife. It's our dating anniversary, and she treats me like a god. She ignores my existence and only talks to me when she needs something.
Hey, I love that's fuck. That's fuck. I love
Happy Friday night.
Happy Friday night. Let the debauchery begin. Ladies and gentlemen, our graphic designer and also representing much more Triple Play, so many more different companies and businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Z2 Fantasy.
What's up, guys? Been a minute.
Hell yeah. Hey, I love sexy faces.
I apologize for no cutoff, but it is 30 degrees in Texas right now, so yeah, no.
Yeah, that's cold for your ass, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of cold, how cool is being cool? Ice cold. Give it up for coming from the 666. Give it up for our homie from Ontario, Rumboyz Raji Harris.
Shout out Toronto. Shout out the 6, even though I'm not fucking from there. Let's get it.
Ontario. I shouted out Ontario.
Ontario's. Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
Just drink your maple syrup and eat some poutine, okay? Gosh.
Gladly.
Oh my! Yo, you got a mule going? You sipping on a mule? Okay, I
Something like
see
that.
you. The copper cup,
Yes,
ladies
sir.
and gentlemen, for the love of Sundays. Also, my best friend and co-host on It's a Vibe, John Banks.
What's up, everybody? It's another Rumboyz After Dark. It's a Friday. I'm excited. This is going to be a hoot. Let's have some fun.
Hey, let's get with it. Hey, last but certainly not least, he is too trill. Give it up for the homie Geek Mill. What's good?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Too trill. I've never been introduced as that ever, and that's what I love
great
about
intro.
this, what's going on tonight.
So we
I
actually do have
am ready to drink.
Yo, I
and
see.
Party with y'all.
Are those golf clubs back there? Okay, I see you.
Oh, come on now, come on.
That's-
Listen,
I see you, Tiger Hood. I see you, Tiger Hood. Hey, ladies and
I'm,
gentlemen,
nice,
we do
I'm
have.
a little bit nice with it on the course. Not great. Give me a nice par 3 course. I'm good to go. Let's have some beers and just vibe. Just
I'm
vibe
with the
golf.
shits. I'm with the shits. We do have actually one guest that just popped backstage. Ladies and gentlemen, he is spitting it in his terms. It's your boy, Herbs.
Rumboyz After Dark.
This
What's
is
good? What's good?
epic.
We had a very, very busy chat. We already know how last week was. Let's just start, getting into some shout outs. Justin is here. Hey, Ron, what's good? Aaron is up in here. If people are here waiting, are you ready for Rumble? Yo, yes. Apparently there was a line before the stream even started.
That's
Autumn is up
hilarious.
in here. This is like my favorite thing to watch, says Aaron. Hell yes. Really quick, shout out to the homie Pang. Hooked me up with the new camera, the new mic. So if I sound a little different, I look a little different. It's because of the homie Pang. He'll be here next week. He's with the wifey on vacation. Oh, here come the cut.
Autumn. Of all people.
Rookie move.
Boo this man. Boo
my
this
first day
man. Gary, we got Gary up in the chat. What's good, Gary? What's good? What's
Yeah, what up, Gary?
Hey.
Herms is on screen and in the chat. Okay, hell yeah. Hey, we'll take all the views. Same with Raj. Good old boys. Stacks on stacks on stacks. That's right. Alrighty, I think J-Lo, bitch ass motherfuckers. Okay, what's good? Let's go ahead. Let's dive right into the show. But before we do, y'all already know we dropping elbows harder than NWO. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls want to do. Dilly dilly. Ah! Oh yeah. Ain't nothing like the first time. Yo, the first shot is so good.
It is the best because you know you're in for a night. First
Oh.
shot on stream, it's always fun.
So, really quick, this next topic is just as lit as that first shot. This is not paid promotion. This is not product placement whatsoever. But some of our homies in the industry, more importantly, better yet to be named, Pro Football Focus has officially announced their all 22 fantasy football format, which is essentially exactly what it sounds like, comprising all 22 positions that would play on the field at any given moment, any given snap. How do you think that this format will be reciprocated by the consumer? I feel like we kind of already know that the day-to-day DGen, like many of us here on camera, are going to probably reciprocate towards this fairly well. But what do you think is going to be the overall casual consumer experience with such a big brand like Pro Football Focus, and also them launching fantasy football servers, not just services, but servers to be able to host these leagues for 22 fucking positions? Mike.
So at first I didn't think I had a really care or a big thought about it. But the more and more I think about it, I think D-Gens like us will reciprocate. But I know Raj has – I'm not going to bring up what I think Raj is going to bring up. But the one thing I will bring up is there's still people that are afraid of IDP, and that's somewhat of a hard transfer and daunting. this is on another level because some of the casual IDP players maybe do one or two at each position at the most,
Or just a
And
couple
so-
IDP flex.
yeah, and go or just
Realistically.
flex where now you're going to need to know who your defensive tackle. You probably, who knows, there might be an option we don't know. This is just speculation. There might be an option that you can either make a 4-3 or a 3-4 defense. So that'll determine what you do. And then, do you have to have a nickel? Like we just don't know the details yet. And then on top of that, you're going to have to know offensive linemen. So the regular positions like we're used to, I just think it's going to be more of a transition
It's fantasy football on crack.
on heroin, on fentanyl.
Holy shit! Well,
On
those things.
fentanyl. On fentanyl.
Like,
Sometimes it's just like if that's the case, it's like
We do
just
not
mainline
endorse
it
drugs.
for me. That's what the NFL is
You
saying.
need to
You
use
know what
something
it-
that's like from your
mainline all
world.
the fantasy stuff.
You know, the
and-
first thought that
and
popped in
formats
my
that we can
head
give you.
about this was y'all ever fantasy draft on a Madden franchise?
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it essentially is to me.
I
Are you
mean, you're not
saying that-
wrong.
Wait, are you saying that Madden, that professional Madden players, like esports Madden guys, are about to whoop all of our asses in fantasy now?
Not even
No.
that. It's
No,
team
'cause-
building.
Because
Dudes who do team building in Madden.
the professional
saying.
guys know like the 60 overalls that have like 95 speed, and they'll use them. This would be more casual, but not in a sense.
This comment right here. So J Love has been a day one subscriber. Like when I say fucking day one, like I think like he was like subscriber number like 386 or some shit like that.
Memorize the number.
Yeah. Oh, I memorized the loyals. I memorized the loyals. The loyals. But no, and with this comment here, this is something that I've always advocated for. So I think that the really hardcore like Rumboyz audience knows where my take is already gonna be. This comment is everything to me. This comment is an arrow in the heart from Cupid, like for real. I've been waiting for this day. Pat, how do you feel about this one? I know Toby kind of chimed in a little bit.
Toby did. That's fine. He didn't take any of my points. How many of you guys played Generation 1 Pokemon?
Oh, dude, yeah.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
How many? Anyone know how many Pokemon there are?
151.
151.
Better
Does
count.
anyone know
fucking
how
Nancy.
many players are rostered in a standard 12-team league?
A lot.
Redraft?
Oh,
150.
that makes sense.
Do you know how many are in a deeper dynasty league? Say 25 to 30?
More
About
than
350, which is how many are in Generation 1 and 2. Around that point is where our brains are not able to keep that many things straight for players. I think we're going to see
I can't keep my own team straight most of the time.
There's going to be a drop off in player knowledge
Yeah.
once you get beyond that 250, 300 player range. That's not to say these players aren't really important to the game of football and great for NFL football and their teams and helping the Packers win and helping the Chiefs lose. But
Hey, I caught that.
What the fuck was that? You did not just do that.
Wow.
like they're great, but I don't see the casual person picking up this game. I won't
People
pick
say
it
that
up.
I'm an asshole.
Like, if you guys have watched me on Rum Zone or Thursday night football or Rum Day After Rum or
Rum Day night football.
The whole rum,
minute.
the whole rum day
Whatever.
lineup, the whole
I
rum
don't-
day,
I don't
all the rum
know.
day things.
I don't know
Yeah,
DP
Rum Boys
players.
things.
I don't play IDP. I have no desire to play IDP. I love this. I love the game of fantasy football that we play. At most, this could take hold in 15 years, but it's not going to hit
It's a Joey. It's a Joey
Mm.
It's not
hopping in
gonna
the
hit for the casual.
stream.
Oh, hi there.
See
the
what I did
casual
there
that's
with Joey
still
hopping?
hesitant about sometimes playing PPR.
Mm-hmm.
True.
He said throw punches, yo. I think that already happened. All right, so Toby, you essentially already went. Do you have anything else that you really want to add, or do we want to go to Raj? Or
I mean, as a previous lineman, I
Football!
like to see that playing lineman in high school and not having it in fantasy. I like it. I like that idea now. But I do want to say I think it's better. This format is better suited to your IDP players because most people have a general sense of offense.
fucking yo, listen, really quick with the offensive line talk. You know that Maddie is somewhere with this with this concept. and she's like just twiddling her fingers, getting ready to unleash thick sixes on everybody. Like, I'm just saying, I feel like there are going to be some players that are going to be enabled. I like me personally as a gambling man, I like the idea of being handicapped. Obviously, or else I wouldn't play games like poker and shit like that. But that aside, I like the risk associated with it.
Yeah,
I want the risk. I'm tired of chalk. Like this season was the greatest example of like getting away from chalk because you literally knew there was so much volatility. And I loved it. I loved the chaos. I remember, playing fantasy in 2015. It was like so easy. Like it was like I don't need to trade. Like fuck that. Like
right.
Like it was mad different. Yeah,
coast and just not have to make active decisions at any point.
Yeah, so like
this is definitely as the one comment said, this is as close to kind of real roster as we're getting in like a lot of these fantasy formats. 32, 24 team. Now this is just another format of it, and the NFL is totally all in about force feeding us a little bit. All of that we can handle, and we can handle it because like you said, it's like fantasy crack cocaine.
Yeah,
This is like the 80s, NWA like full swing, and the NFL is like, I'm gonna be your pusher man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm all in something like this. It's definitely good for defense. There's like so many great defensive like young talent. Micah Parsons just screams out to me immediately, and even just like Myles Garrett isn't even that old yet, and he's still like playing at a very high level. And we all saw that freaking dunk in the celebrity contest, the NBA contest over the weekend. Holy shit! But anyway, end my rant though. This is as close to like we're getting closer and closer to like real roster management, as well as we can get.
Like the competitiveness, the trash talk, like everything is gonna it's gonna be next level. Let's go, Raj and John, really quick.
All right. What's going on? Okay, sorry. So like yeah, honestly, bro. But okay, like I said earlier, before the show, like, how are they gonna equate stats for people like O-linemen and fucking kickers and punters or whatever? Like, first of all, just think about it from a regular fantasy standpoint. How are you gonna calculate points for a fucking offensive guard? Oh, he pancaked that guy plus 3 points. Oh, he fucking let up a sack minus 4 points. He fucking pulled and did some shit on this play, plus 2 points. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. So for me, when I'm thinking about PFF, I'm thinking about their dumbass fucking grades, and that's how they're gonna be scoring guys. And that shit makes no sense half the time. Like, and we know that. We know that, and y'all know I'm a Steelers fan, so I fucking hate PFF, right? But still, like, I think just about any football fan can agree that PFF essentially makes up stats. Like, Jeff brought up Myles Garrett just a second ago. PFF named Myles Garrett to their first team All Pro because he led the league in plays that would have led to pressures if the QB didn't throw the ball. Like, how the fuck are you going to equate that to fantasy? That makes no sense. Fucking PFF, y'all can make your grades. Fucking give out your shit ass awards. I don't give a fuck, dude. Get away from fantasy. Don't like. I don't.
He's like, don't do fantasy. He's like,
don't
do fantasy. Get out of here. That's it.
Stats have to be factually measurable.
Exactly.
So
that's what I'm saying.
I'm going to go ahead and admit this on air. All right, despite Raj's complete vitriol of PFF at the given moment, for being the degenerate that I am, to be fair, I did go ahead and sign up for the All 22.
Hey,
Of course you
hey, there you go. See, getting in early. That's the initiative I like to see from you, Robbie. That's
if we are able to get a All 22 league. I play against analysts often in a lot of other leagues. If you are a fan of the show, all right, I'm still working it out and seeing how it works. If you're a fan of the show, we're gonna try and get you a first look experience, because right now it is a very exclusive experience. They're doing it by wait list. If we're able to get one going, we're able to commission one. I'll bring on, including myself, because I'm gonna play in this motherfucker for damn sure. I'll bring on 11 fans to go ahead and compete and play in the league as well. So I just want to put that out there. If you're interested, if you're a real DJ, you know, you really want to, or if you just want to try something new that you've never done before, we're here to go ahead and bring you that experience and be a part of the first wave of bringing you that experience first. John, how do you feel about this? And let's go into Herms' take as well, because I want to get both of you guys' opinions.
So, to be honest, I'm kind of with St. Pat here. I think it's going to be really hard for the average consumer to get involved in this because of how many players and names you're going to need to know. Like, I love it. I love it. I think everyone on this panel can say they love it, but we can agree that we're not the majority. We are not the majority consumer of fantasy football. We're not the majority consumer of the NFL, to be honest with you. I know for a fact, you know, my mother plays fantasy. She would have no clue if we started throwing offensive linemen at her. She would have no idea if we started throwing IDP at her. She knows the top 50 names, and that's about it, right? But she plays in her office league. She plays in a family league, and it's fun for her. So that's who the average consumer of fantasy football is and the average consumer of the NFL is. But the fact that PFF is even offering it is amazing to me. And I love it. And I love that PFF has even given us the chance, because I'm in a couple of what I call, full IDP leagues. That's 11 personnel, and it's insane. And but it's fun. Like I really enjoy that.
I love those leagues. I love those leagues.
Where I have deep 30 on my roster. It's deep. You know, I'm picking, you know, we have 7 rounds of a rookie draft. It's insane. And so, like, to me, like, it's really fun, and I love that. But I also understand that I'm not the average consumer. So bless you, PFF, for doing this and giving me something that I can really sink my teeth into to enjoy this GM experience that is fantasy football. But I know that we're talking Dungeons and Dragons level RPG type stuff for this. This is not the average consumer.
But when fantasy football first came out, so for all of us old heads, have been playing fantasy football since the early fucking days, since like we were doing this shit on like a computer or whatever, you know,
in a newspaper,
Herms went to fantasy camp, so like you know, and that's who's saying it's going to be next, like. We were known as the sports nerds back in the early days, you know, and now it is, and I use a stat all the time. Since 2017, there are 56.7 million. We haven't had a new census around this since then. But the last known poll, the last known confirmed data of how many active fantasy football users were across each and every single fantasy football platform, God damn it, Raj, 56.7 million. You have 7 billion fucking people in the world. Fantasy football, we're talking about a $9 billion industry at this given moment, along with content creation that's going behind that. So, with that being said, and with that being like how lucrative can this all 22 thing be? I mean, I don't know how much it'll be out the gate, but I think that it does potentially have a future. Herms.
I mean, the thing that really concerns me is the fact, like, I mean, obviously echoing some similar concerns that have already come up is just like, I don't know, what do we like points per pancake for an offensive lineman? I don't know, but like, you know, even like besides that, like I'm a shill at this point now for the Devi and Campus to Canton community. Shout out the Devi Royale. Fantastic YouTube channel, podcast. I hope like that's kind of the next evolution that I'm even getting into before I even think about doing stuff like that. And like, honestly, I think that's probably like the next logical step anyway, because I think the easier way to get people further into it is to appeal to like, hey, you could do this, but with college instead, rather than being like, hey, so you're going to have to meaningfully understand everything that takes place on the field and know every single person and do, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, there is a wave of another format that is kind of like already laid the groundwork for appealing to other people and has a lot more, you know, kind of spread out going for it.
It has a niche. Yeah. It has a
sneak.
Like,
I think at a certain point, like, the all 22 fantasy is a logical step, in the future, but I don't think it's the next logical step, which is the part of it that really is the disconnect for me. Like, I think you really like warming people up. Like, honestly, I can't even get my home league to go dynasty. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we negotiated on
exactly.
keeper, which I'm thankful for. Like, at least I'm doing some sort of, but like, but like your point saying, like, yes, like so many people doing this stuff, and then even like John was saying, it's just like even all the people who do this stuff, it's like it's still not a lot of people that like do this.
I feel like it's gonna be,
it's-
but I feel like because it's also PFF that's doing it.
they have some cachet. I mean, like they have that
Like,
going for them. They
yeah,
do.
like it's like fuck. Like, do you really have to throw a lot of marketing dollars behind this to make it catch fire? Like your subscriber base is probably already gonna now first be invested. Then you're gonna have the people that are waitlisted. Then you're gonna utilize word of mouth after the first year, and then that's gonna take off right after that. Then it's a matter of time before other formats, Sleeper, ESPN, Yahoo, et cetera, if PFF can prove that it works, somehow buy out the rights. Like, I think that PFF is onto something that could potentially be successful.
As long as Chris Collinsworth doesn't get a decide on the scoring point.
First off, really quick. I knew that Collinsworth had bank because of how much he's thrown behind PFF. I didn't think he had enough bank to do something like this. Like
majority owner, bro. He has bank.
I get that. But to step into fantasy, you're talking about buying servers to host leagues, to host.
I get what he's saying.
Like,
I mean,
like
AWS.
Like, this shit is. Have you ever had a day where AWS crashes? I work in the app industry.
I know,
bro.
Yes.
Like,
it is like life itself
fucking ceases, bro. So the fact that he's doing this, I feel like it's a huge step. It's a huge step in the fantasy business. I think that this is one of those things that if you're an entrepreneur in the business or you're a consumer in the business, either or, if you're an entrepreneur in the business, maybe watch what they're doing and pay attention, whether you're involved on the tech side or content creation side or just, the analytics or whatever. This is one of those 50 Cent moves. Like when 50 bought Vitamin Water and we started seeing like other rappers start buying other products and investing in other products. I think that you're starting to see a huge wave of Matt, I'm going to get to you really quick in the chat because I see you. You're going to see huge wave of ingenuity. If you notice, a lot of companies are getting younger, with their staffs and so on and so forth. Like, this is the new wave. Like, this is what's happening. And the fact that PFF is going to be at the forefront of embracing and trying something new, I'm excited. And to all the homies over there at PFF, all the guys that work over there, I know that we all have a colleague or two that's over there at PFF. I hope that this operation is nothing but lucrative and nothing but successful for you guys. Mm-hmm. And all I can do is just wish you success on your endeavors. And with that, talking about bank, don't know how. Cheers, fellas. Let's get it. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do?
I didn't want you to stop, Herm. I didn't want you to stop. I felt like I was like back on like a Burning Man, like kind of beat thing going on. It was great. Listen, if there is ever a musical category in the fantasy football community, Herm's has to be the first considered for Hall of Fame for bringing.
I'm so down for fantasy football.
A kazoo to a gunfight. Every night. Gotta love it. You do.
Shut your goddamn mouth, Matt.
Who's ready for Brady to come out of retirement to play for Houston? This guy's ready. It's not happening.
No, he's done. He's not.
Hey, Matt, I love how he goes, Cleveland. This is for you, yo. That is classic for those that don't get like the whole like Cleveland reference. Like, it's pretty dope. Aaron asked earlier in the podcast, what team is Antonio Brown gonna play for after he took his helmet and jersey off in the Tampa game? Antonio Brown is Pat. This was fucking vicious. This was razor blades and lemon juice. Antonio Brown's probably not going to get picked up by another team. If he does, it will be by a team that is clearly ring chasing. by a team that is clearly putting pieces together to try and ring chase. I could see a team that is potentially trying to go from worst to first, trying to make it happen. If he does get picked up, it'll happen after a team has already locked in the pieces that will complement his skill sets. You're not going to see like a team like the Detroit Lions like go and get him, right? I don't see the Detroit Lions making free agency splashes, right? But a team that's really looking to just hit the switch and put the pedal to the metal, I could see. Hot take: Antonio Brown tries to become a fucking Bengal somehow, like.
Because if you're that good, you don't get just second chances. You get third chances. You get fourth chances. You know what I mean? Like a player that talented, like he's a little bit, a lot to handle. But at the same time, it's just like no, but I mean, like honestly, like think about it. Like I don't necessarily see a full guarantee that somebody like an Emmanuel Sanders comes back to Buffalo. We already know. They may want to have that, veteran receiver to go opposite Diggs, do all that shit. Maybe, I don't know, something like that. Like teams like that will be like, okay, well, we have a good enough culture here that it probably won't be that bad.
Yeah,
then they'll try.
It's gonna be some shit. It's gonna be some shit.
I'll throw a random one out there. I don't want this, but Andy Reid likes those the people second chance guys. Marcus Peters.
Why would you do that?
Gosh. I don't want it, but I'm just saying that's what Andy Reid. That's Andy Reid's.
But you just the hell out of
Biden. You just manifested it, bro.
You just fucking manifested it, dude.
If maybe goes to the Ravens,
fucking Byron Pringle,
like wide receiver to go.
Byron Pringle, baby.
Yeah, he fucking killed my Steelers. Fuck him.
Hey, really quick, I just want to shout out to the S Pen. It makes producing this show so much easier. I know that was like random product placement, but it kind of does. Like having the S Pen makes it so much easier. Like they do things. Let's get into the next topic here. If I have the ability, Leafs, I'm gonna try and maybe toss in a question about that.
You asked about Pittsburgh Maulers, baby.
Fuck yeah.
Gamblers. Let's go, gamblers. Each year in Dynasty Fantasy Football, we search for that stud rookie wide receiver who is gonna be the guy making us. Let me redo this. I didn't even see that there was a comma there. Grammar matters. Each year in Dynasty Fantasy Football, we're always searching for that stud rookie wide receiver. In 2019, we had A.J. Brown. In 2020, we had Justin Jefferson. In 2021, we had Jamar Chase. Who will be the guy making a splash this year in 2022? Now, when I post this on Twitter, I got a lot of the same answers. I want to see if anyone here has any different opinions. And I know that landing spot is going to determine a lot of different things, but we'll start with you, Herms. Who are you thinking could be the guy in this year's class?
So, I mean, I kind of want to start with the whole landing spot thing. Like, I mean, it does matter. It matters for a lot of different players. But, like, I think, like, at least just from my perspective, like, one thing that I've picked up on in terms of, like, how I evaluate incoming players as I've been going along and learning in this process is that it matters a ton for quarterback. But, like, after that, it's really, like, even if your team sucks, if you're just that good, your talent will rise to the occasion. Because I remember, like, at a certain point, even to include a name that you had mentioned, hey, what's up, hey? Like, there was a point in time where people were nervous about Justin Jefferson because it's like, oh, well, but, like, Adam Thielen's already there and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, and then that part of, camp where it was like, oh, he's running third behind Olabisi Johnson. What do we But, like, he was just that good that he rose to the circumstance. So, like, for me, it's like, I just want to caution people, like, try not to get too caught up in that. But, like, the name that really jumps out to me, it's probably the obvious one that I feel like was the most popular answer, and that's going to be Treylon Burks from Arkansas, just because
that's what I got on Twitter.
I mean, he is just a physical marvel, and to run that fast at his size is pretty solid. And the fact that at Arkansas he ran a lot out of the slot as well, so he has a lot of versatility to do certain types of things. And I've heard the player comp a ton, and I think I tend to agree with it. A lot of people have said, he's kind of like what we were really hoping we were going to get out of Josh Gordon if it weren't for like a lot of the off-field issues, because he's really built like that and he can do that stuff. The only thing is like he doesn't have like a ton of moves to be able to, you know, like win and really get out, but like the few that he has, he's pretty good at. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like when you're that big and you're that and like when you're that big and you're that fast, you know, it's like even if we like, I don't think he's gonna have like DK Metcalf like issues early on in his career to the point where it's gonna be that much of a hindrance for him. But like regardless, a guy his size that is probably going to run a 4.4.
Oh my gosh,
like,
Aaron!
Dear Lord, that guy's gonna be. He's gonna be fantastic.
Dude, I don't know why AB is not going anywhere. Definitely not the Ravens. The Ravens already said they didn't want him. So
I mean, dude, his cousin plays there. His boys with Lamar. Let's make it happen.
Raj, I'm sorry.
They've already had.
I know, dude.
One star.
You think I want?
Put on him and Des Bryant. Why would they take another?
You know,
true. Oh fuck, I forgot Des Bryant was a Raven. That's crazy. Feels like a fever
He
dream.
put on the team like twice because of the COVID stuff.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That was a crazy like 3 weeks.
That it was. Everyone was fucking picking him up in fantasy too. That's crazy.
Good times. But yeah, so that was the answer.
Yeah,
Jeff.
Yes.
I unsubscribed because of Z2's arms being covered. Fuck.
Okay,
I'll change it halftime, guys. Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey, we have a banger at halftime. We got a banger of a track at halftime. Oh, Aaron, dude, don't apologize for using caps, dude. Type however the fuck you want. I get that the YouTube algorithm doesn't like it. Okay, all right, but I don't care. Like, I'm so easygoing. I don't care. But yeah, Jeff, I'm sorry. Continue, brother. Your take surrounding Dynasty. Who's the receiver this year? Yes, sir.
So I don't know. For me, this like whole, you know, this group here, you know, really thinking about like rookie wide receivers. You know, I'll be honest. I was really behind on Jamar Chase, and I thought that year off would really kill him, and it didn't. He just was able to step into a role that was immediately like ideal for him in his scheme, and that's all we really got to search for. And that we know this incoming class is really deep. We talk about all of the wide receivers that we love, you know, Wilson and London and all of them. And you know, I am still, if you follow me on Twitter and you know that how my kind of takes.
We all follow you.
I'm still big thought on AJ Brown, and I still have belief in him. Maybe not for Tennessee, and maybe
YouTube will ban us. Johnson, I'll give you a little arm. Here's some tats, you know.
The people what they want, you know, Robbie. I'm a man of the people. I'm sorry.
Roger will be back. His drink overflowed. That's why Roger's off camera. Everyone in the chat, go ahead and continue. I'm sorry, Jeff.
No, all good. No, just AJ Brown, man. I mean, he still has some upside, just in Dynasty particularly, and you know, I think he can just continue into the next coming years as a kind of continued reliable piece. Looking at some of these folks here, you know, Justin Jefferson, as Herm said, there was a point everybody was thinking like we should doubt him with Adam Thielen taking targets, which, you know, maybe that
Aaron, subscribe.
Two wide receivers in that capacity, you know, maybe it's just Justin Jefferson's that good, and still Adam Thielen has always been that reliable, you know, in the position that in roles that he's played. And, you know, I think that's what AJ Brown and the Tennessee Titans have. They're going to lock in on somebody here as a young talent next. Why not?
Because Julio's
I know
fucking
that's really kind of strange to say the wide receiver, but why not make it AJ Brown?
For those that don't know, it is the off season, so the annual Rumboyz death of Julio Jones hate is in fantasy football is back. If you don't know, it is officially Hate Joe Mixon season as well.
So spicy in here. I can smell it. So spicy from all the Julio takes.
King Henry is returning back to his throne. Okay. Y'all already know what the shill is. Hey yo, really quick. Rumboyz J Love, ladies and gentlemen.
J-Love!
He hasn't potted in so long. He's muted.
Shitting
He's fucking muted.
It was fucking.
He hasn't potted in so long.
Yo.
There we go. What's good?
Oh.
Yes. There it is.
Yeah.
John, your take. Your take.
So I think if I'm pushing my chips in on someone right now to be the guy at the next level, it's Treylon Burks. I'm with Herms there. It's just physically he has all the attributes you look for. He dominated in the SEC, looked great, and so that's where I'm putting my chips right now. I will also want to give honorable mention to Garrett Wilson. I think Garrett Wilson has this really quick twitch muscle, intangible separation that you just can't really find. But
let's go.
I think the way the NFL works, it's very cyclical. It went through these very fast route runners, these quick guys, and I think now we're going to start to go back towards those big physical wide receivers. We're starting to see them, elevate and do really well. I think we're going to start to see, Jamar Chase being these physical guys that I think can win in the high point of the ball.
Fucking Pat.
Treylon Burks could be the same thing. So it's interesting. But I want to just give honorable mention to Garrett Wilson. He's just, the more I watch him, the more I'm like, he's just got something there in terms of getting separation, which traditionally for fantasy translates well. If you can get good separation in college, translates well to the pros, and that leads to targets. You start earning targets as you separate.
I'm going to shock the fuck out of everyone when I finally get it. Because people are going to be like, you're picking a receiver from what school? And I'm going to be like, yeah. But it's a school that I hate. It's a school that I hate, which makes it funny. It's a school that I hate, but I like their receivers is what happens. Raj, your take.
Sorry, I don't know who Jeff picked.
I'll say this. I mentioned him really quickly, but I really like Drake London.
Yeah, so, perfect segue into my take.
There we go.
Drake London.
Raj.
Fucking dude, he's just such a sexy prospect, bro. 6'5", 210, 4.5 speed, 50-50 fucking god. Literally a mismatch anywhere on the field. He can fucking play tight end. I don't care, bro. Let him play tight end. He's going to dominate, bro. I don't care what situation he's in. He's just too physically gifted to fail at this point. And I know we've seen it happen, right? But dude, give me fucking the next DK Metcalf. Let's see it happen.
I fell in love with Hakeem Butler too, man.
I
fell in love with Hakeem Butler too. I get it. I totally get it. I hear you, Raj. I hear you, my guy. I hear you.
Hold on, Hakeem is a friend of the show, and Hakeem fucking loves Rumboyz, so we love Hakeem.
I love him too. I loved him as a prospect. I loved him as a prospect.
Love him.
Yes.
Don't know.
Hey, well, I mean, he does play in the CFL now. Shout out to BC Lions. Shout out Hakeem Butler.
Is he on the Lions right now?
He's on the BC Lions.
John, Payne said it's only rum. Give the fans what they want. Let it slip. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
That's it. That's all anybody gets.
That's all you have to do. Just let it slip.
That's it. Cheers to me. That's all you get. That's all you get.
All the Rumboyz and girls want to do Dilly.
That's only because Jay loves. That's only because Jay loves with us tonight. That was
a classic. That was a classic. $5 and you can see my butthole.
Yeah. That's how cheap I am. I'm $4.99, by the way. That sucks. That's a low point of my life.
Aaron's like some gay shit.
Hello, bro.
It's comedy. Relax.
0.3%.
Relax.
Yo, if you didn't laugh at that, I question all comedic bones in your body if you did not laugh at that.
It's just something funny about a man's nipples. It's just something funny about them. They're hilarious.
Yo, did anyone see the new Jackass movie?
Not yet. Stop it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Love.
I hear it's
outrageous. If you ruin my childhood.
Comical.
Stop. Wait.
I won't. Wait. Hilarious.
Wait, just wait until I see it. Autumn said, yeah. Z2, your take.
I'm going to stay away from the top guys because you already talked about them enough. I like all three of the guys that y'all mentioned, but I'll probably go with a day 2 guy. He's probably going to get drafted on day 2, and that's David Bell from Purdue.
Ooh.
And
I'm fucking dead for the letting down under.
Sorry, Daniel.
Fucking.
There's a beer.
Buckle up. Welcome to the show.
Freaking Daniel.
I don't know. David Bell's going to run well. He'll run probably 4.46, 4.47 around there. He's 6'2", 205. He runs a slant really well. He runs the 9 route really well. We saw Jamar Chase really excel with the 9 route this year. And the fade ball, he gets open. And at Purdue, he got targeted a lot the past 2 seasons. So funnel some targets in, and he's going to work.
Yeah.
It's probably an unsexy pick, but it's
but that's a good pick. What's crazy is how deep
when I
wide
state
receiver
mine,
class
when
is.
I state mine, it's gonna
That's a
piss
hell of a
everyone
class.
off. I'm gonna piss everyone off.
It's
Pat,
crazy again, right?
Pat.
Not to repeat what everyone else is saying, but Treylon Burks, he's the guy. He's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Can win at all levels. He's even been successful as a returner. He was all SEC, a second team as a freshman for returning. Like
and those skills translate at the next level. That's the thing you got to understand is like what you look for is like what they're good at in college is great. Like they're good at it in college, but do those skills translate to the next level? And usually guys who are good returners, guys like Odell Beckham were all world returners. Those skills with the ball in your hand translate to the next level. And you're like, okay, that's great. Like those are the types of things I like to see. That's
Absolutely.
fun.
And when it comes to landing spot, like these are NFL teams who are investing millions and millions of dollars into their players and these teams. They have an idea of how they're going to use these players. Landing spots change over time. AJ Brown, people didn't like the landing spot. Hollywood Brown, they didn't like the landing spot. Guess what? They both slid in and were successful because they were that guy to fill in that landing spot, make that landing spot worth it. But I don't trust NFL teams to do the right things, unless you're the Raiders, and they'll just draft a day 3 guy in the first round.
Darius Hayward Bay.
Wow.
Shout out the state of Maryland. Woohoo! Yeah, go Terps.
Really went there. You
Yes.
really went there.
Yes.
Drop the mic. Give me some. Make this one. Yeah.
I'm hoping it's
something
not
in the top,
yours. I'm hoping it's not yours. So I'm gonna stay away from the top 2. I'm going 5'11", 185, Mr. Wandale Robinson.
Wow, nobody took mine. What the
If he's
fuck?
5'11", then I'm 6'8".
Yeah. Wandale's 5'11".
I just love.
The Bruins are calling me right now.
yes,
I'll tell you that much.
Yes, it's going to be end of day 2, beginning of day 3. But just like the way certain players are and certain offenses are, it's about getting your best athletes the ball in space. And yeah, doesn't have top end speed, but he can break at the right time for those kind of plays.
So I'm rolling myself or loading myself. I'm not rolling shit right now. I'm loading myself a celebratory bowl because I don't think I heard my guy through any take. And I know that people that really, really know me, hey Robbie, how do you know how to sing? I don't know how to sing. I play around. I do it for comedy. I don't do it. Yeah, I purely do it for jokes. Like I purely do it for jokes. I purely do it for jokes. Yeah, I can't sing. I can't sing. I do it for comedy.
No karaoke vibes though.
Oh no, I'll karaoke. Like I'll karaoke. Herm knows I'll karaoke, but I rap. I do rap songs when I karaoke. Like I'm afraid to sing. I'm afraid to sing. Herm's is a singer on this show. I don't fucking sing.
That's definitely like a rum soaked night is definitely ends in karaoke.
We'll have to. Just wait till Expo this year. Herm's I know a spot. But no, what I want to say is about this dynasty question though. In 2022, so I was wrong in 2019. My 2019 breakout selection was Terry McLaurin. Okay.
Homer.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
What?
He's not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
He's not wrong. No, you know what's fucked up? Behind him, I had Debo Samuel, and then third, I had AJ Brown. And
You're so close.
I know I was, yeah. Well, I
Could
kind
have
of
been the
based it. I
Patriots
kind
and
of
then Cox and like N'Keal Harry.
I had based it off of how much I had gotten to know each one of them throughout that weekend. In 2020 and 2021, I hit both of those on the head back to back, which was Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. We can attribute that to COVID, me not having the ability to get to know anyone. In 2022, I'm gonna piss everyone off. I am picking an Ohio State receiver.
Don't pick no.
It is Chris Olave. I think this motherfucker is about to get it in. I think this motherfucker's about to get it in.
Wow, he's really good.
He is really good.
Everybody's sleeping on him. Everybody's sleeping on him. Everybody's sleeping on him. And that's what makes me happy about it is, oh shit. Like, this is a dude who has good film. And it's one of those things where it's like, you know that he has good film. You know that the motherfucker's nice. Yeah. Don't play the boy. Pay the boy. You know, we've seen this before. You know, everybody tried to play Kadarius Toney, and Kadarius Toney was just like, came out of nowhere. Motherfuckers was playing Jamar Chase before the season, even during preseason. I was even like I'm on the fence. I'm drafting him here, but I'm not going to draft him in this league here. Like, you know, I came on air, you know, and I was making jokes. I had jokes written about the fact that he talked about the stripes on the ball. I had fucking a sheet of material written off of that one headline alone, ladies and gentlemen. But I also still had him as a guy that was going to explode. I was like, we don't need to. Also, on a serious note, I was like, we don't need to worry about that with Jamar. Same thing with Justin Jefferson. I was like, we don't need to worry about that. I think right now a lot of motherfuckers is giving Olave some smoke for no reason. I hope his landing spot ends up well, and if it does, then I'm gonna be honest. Like a lot of folks is in trouble if he gets a good landing spot. If he gets a good landing spot, a lot of folks are in trouble.
Deadass, he could be a really good, like, real life wide receiver too. Like, I don't think he's gonna do that alpha shit, but he's so good at doing like all that other
deep
shit.
post. His deep post is nasty. When he, I love the way he cuts shapes. Like the way he cuts when he hits that double, when he hits that jab step at the top at the top of the route. I'm like, oh shit, he's about to break away. He's about to break you off. He's about to break you off.
And, like, people got to remember, like, oh my bad, J-Love, you go.
No, I was gonna say all Ohio State receivers do that. You look at Garrett Wilson, who's his running mate.
Yep.
They're elite route runners. That's what they do. Michael Thomas came out of it. Terry McLaurin came out of it. They breed route runners. Anybody coming out of the stem, having a good break, clean separation, 3 to 5 yards, they're gonna get it. That's just what you're gonna get out of an Ohio State receiver.
My only question with Olave is his top end speed. That's the only question I have with Olave. Is like, can he really?
I want to counter that with Treylon Burks, because I know Treylon Burks is a guy everyone loves, and he looks very fast on film. But I'll tell you what, something that I've heard from people in his circle, don't expect him to run as fast as you think. He's not going to run 4.4 from combat. What I've heard rumors is that he could run as low as 4.6. So if you're worried about top end speed, I'm worried about game speed. Chris Olave has that. If you look at it, he hits the brakes. He hits deep posts. Because he makes comebacks. He makes receivers sell on deep routes, and then he hits comebacks.
I love that he has control. He has control of his body throughout the whole route. I feel like out of every prospect, he has the most control of his muscle structure. Like when I watch him on camera, I'm like, fuck, it's some ballerina shit. It's some ballerina shit.
Like, dude, one of the things that people really need to keep an eye on, just at least not keep an eye on, just keep in the back of their mind at least. Okay, better use of words. For as much as people like to talk about Jameson Williams, like in Alabama, and how good he was, like, he had to leave Ohio State because of how good Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and also the answer to this question for next year is Jackson Smith and Jigba. That's the answer for next year's wide receiver. But yeah, I mean, like Jameson Williams had to leave that receiving room to get playing time because of how good these guys are. So like, for as much as people talk about Jameson Williams, keep in mind it's like Chris Olave stopped him from being on the field. Him from being on the field, and we saw how good he was. Like,
but there's not enough. There's not enough Olave talk on Twitter. Like even when I posted that tweet, and I'm seeing like homies that I've been in this industry with since fucking 2018, since me and John been in the industry. Not to make us seem like dinosaurs, John.
I like 2016 Cabernet. It's all good. We're all good. It's no big deal.
Exactly. We age like fucking fine wine in this industry, baby.
Exactly.
For those that don't know, me and John we're in fantasy football strollers together. We were in fantasy football diapers together. Yo, is that really that Cabernet?
It's actually a 2018 Charles Krug, but it's delicious nonetheless,
bro. Yeah. Yo, send me a picture of that Cabernet, bro.
I will, my guy.
Yeah,
I will,
bro. That shit just sounds fucking sexy. For those that don't know, yes, Robbie used to be stationed in Italy. Robbie does love two things in life: good weed and fine wine.
Mm-hmm. I was at a grand wine tasting yesterday, and I basically went around to all the tables and was like, "Hey, any half bottles they had, I just took them." I'm like, "I'll take them home."
You get the Sango de Guida yet? The red wine, the sweet red.
No.
I'm gonna put you on after the show, baby. I'm gonna put you on after the show. You already know what it is. You already know what the vibes is. Let's get into the last topic. I kind of want to rapid fire this one. John. We're gonna start with you. Drop the mic. Let me see here. Oh shit. What is your favorite Hall of Famer, or who? I'm sorry. Who is not what?
I love this question.
Who is your favorite Hall of Famer to play for your favorite team and favorite non-Hall of Famer to play for your team, and why? Let's go.
Cheers to you. That's a great question.
Tony Gonzalez for Hall of Famer. Derek Thomas right behind him. And for the non-Hall of Famer question, I'm taking a little bit different because I could just go Mahomes, but I'm not saying that because he is the future. Same with Kelsey. I am going linebacker Derek Johnson.
I love it.
Yes, let's go.
Like it. That is fantastic.
He said
fantastic. Derek.
I love Aaron's question. Of course, I live in Colorado, bro.
Oh.
I live in Colorado. There's no other way to do it.
What's up, Aaron? You and Nar?
Wait, hold on.
What's up, Aaron? Who you working with, Aaron? What you trying to get at?
Hey, DJ Vlad's in the chat. Yo, Aaron at his computer screen, like, so what's it really like on the underground world of fantasy football? And I have to wear the mask with the voice changer. Yeah, so fantasy football, we got together in Canton, and bro, oh god, I love it. I should make that a skit. Damn, I should make that a skit. Ooh, with the Vice voice with the fucking weird mask. Oh,
the stuff writes itself, Bobby.
That's comedy. If you take my fucking idea, I will sue you up the ass.
You have to write the idea in a letter and mail it to yourself. That way.
You want to hear a funny story? You want to hear a fucking hilarious story, actually, Herms. You bring that up. I did that to myself. When I was in 5th grade, we had to invent something. That was like our science project. I wrote a letter to myself, an invention of cup holders that were heated and cooling cup holders in your car. And I wrote that letter to myself when I was in 5th grade, and I thought I was an absolute genius. I thought I was a genius. I look at it every once in a while and I go, you know what, John? You're an A+ student. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what your guidance counselor tells you. You're an A+ student.
It doesn't matter what PFF grades you.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care what PFF grades me. I'm an A+. Because that paper, that little one pager right there, I'm like, man. And I thought about it too and everything. I had like a little dial on your.
Aaron, doesn't that make you shitty at your job? Pat, your take really quick. Favorite
Let's
Hall of
go
Famer of your team and non-Hall of Famer of your team.
Charles Woodson.
Oh, good one.
I was
wasn't
gonna
expecting you to go
say
defense. Holy
Leroy
shit.
Butler, but he just got in.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't do that.
yeah.
So
Asshole.
I'm gonna go. I got a tie between Sterling Sharp and Jordy Nelson.
Ooh, I like
Oh.
Jordan.
Is Jordy
I like
eligible
Jordy.
yet or not?
Not yet.
Can I like? Can I?
I
Can
don't
I
think he's
like?
gonna make it in either.
Can I like Jordy over your first option? Just because of. Yeah.
Over Sharp?
Yeah. Oh fuck. No. Wait.
Those are,
Sharp.
Can we flip a coin? Yeah, Sharp. Yeah, we're gonna go Sharp. We're
I
gonna
want.
go Sharp.
I think Sharp is more likely to get in, but
Sharp's the
I-
guy.
Sharp is early on and he's farther back.
Z2.
Jared Favre, so
Jim Brown and
Let's
Joe
check
Thomas,
this fucking
but
Browns.
he's going to get in. So Joshua Cribbs.
Fucking Daniel with the hard
Yo.
eyes for Jordy Nelson.
Shout out Josh.
Josh Cribbs.
Josh
Josh
Cribbs.
Josh
Let's
Cribbs.
go.
Shout out Josh Cribbs.
What a name.
I like
What a
it.
name.
But man, Josh
Raj.
Cribbs. Yo, me too.
Okay.
Josh Cribbs
Favorite Hall of Famer.
carried
Oh shit.
the teams for a couple of years.
Yeah,
in
Josh Cribbs
fantasy,
did carry
and
those
it was
teams, yeah.
legit. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
He
step
had a
on you.
cameo in the league as well. That was a good episode.
What
Cribbs.
about that? All right. So I'm glad I'm the first of 3 Steelers fans to give my take on this. But favorite Hall of
Oh,
Famer.
damn it.
We're just
right.
just looking
Oh,
at the back.
I'm
Right
screwed.
there's my favorite Hall of Famer right there. Favorite non-Hall of Famer, Hines Ward, easily. I don't know how
Yeah.
the
Well,
fuck
there
he's
goes
not in
my
the
How is he
answer.
not in?
I don't know
dude?
how he's not in the Hall of
Those
Famer.
were my 2 answers.
You're welcome.
So good. In the Hall of Fame, I'm going to cheat and take Randy Moss as a Patriot in the Hall of Fame, and then not in the dude. He might be my favorite NFL player of all time. He was so entertaining and so fun.
Vikings fans
and
are
so
somewhere punching the fucking air. because
yeah.
you just said that.
Vikings fans are salty that I took him
No,
as a
you
Patriot.
doing that? You doing that is equivalent of a Tennessee Titans fan. Be like, yeah, Randy Moss.
No, because of the season he had with Brady, I think I'm allowed to take Randy Moss as a Patriot. I think I'm
you're
allowed.
fucking making me drink. No, I'm
It's
The
the
taking a
last
Seahawks
2
fan
shot.
saying
minutes
Randy
before
Moss, what the fuck?
halftime, the Vikings can't defend
Very right
shit
there.
right now.
Yeah, get him.
Fuck you, Pat. Pat, you're a fucking Packers fan. You're my
Okay.
little brother, but I'm not letting. No, don't you discredit the great Randy Moss
No,
just
I'm
because
not.
of your
I'm saying
Packersism.
The Vikings can't defend. John from
Going into the half, exactly.
blaming Randy Moss right now.
I'm gonna in my non-Hall of Famer, I'm gonna take Willie McGinnis. I loved him, dude. He's my first jersey I ever bought as a Patriots fan. I loved him. He made me fall in love with the sport, and Willie Mack is like, dude, yeah. So Big Willie style is got to be my first non-Hall of Famer. So
Okay. John with the stealing from another fucking franchise pick.
yo, fuck you, Vikings. Fuck you. I'm taking Randy Moss. Fuck you.
I have a feeling I'm probably gonna do the same thing. We'll see what happens. Jeff, Geek Millie,
So,
keep it really.
yes. So second in line.
This is for
Second line
John.
Steelers fan? Yeah, Raj. First of all, fuck you too for that. You know, still in Palomalu. But I gotta say, favorite behind him, honestly, it's gotta be Jack Lambert. And I didn't even get to see him play. But Jack Lambert, seeing highlights in old film is what cements you kind of in like Steeler fandom and that war and stuff like
Aaron,
that.
if
And
you
you
have
get
time
ingrained
to
in
type
Jack
it,
Lambert. I didn't get to see him play, but behind Palomalu, who's my favorite, Raj. Yeah, Lambert.
This
Not-
is my number 2.
really quick, coming
Right
from
here.
someone that has
That's number 2
done
for me.
multiple of
That's
these.
dope.
Come on, right?
If
That's
you
gotta
have
be
to
number
type
2.
it in all caps, it ain't happening. If you have to type it in all caps,
Yes.
them cheeks that was claps.
Caps. All caps makes things true on
Reese.
the internet.
Facts.
Too
Oh
busy
God!
with
If you yell it on the internet, it's true.
With the all caps.
Herms.
Not in the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
Snub
no.
this year. The wide receiver that loves to be hated, Hines Ward. That dude was a dog, literally, Georgia, right? But I mean, a dog
Bro.
every single game for the Steelers. putting,
I
this is a tough game, and there's some, gritty, tough things that we see about it that's not advertised, but we love it anyway. And he would put players out of games.
I am bringing my mic. I'm bringing my mic super close for this.
And not even that, he was, a reliable receiver.
So really quick,
champion.
Ladies and gentlemen,
get him in there.
For Hines Ward, okay, for any fucker that has ever put on a pair of cleats and played the position of wide receiver, I am letting you know straight up, everything that Jeff just said about putting people out of games is true. You want to talk about a wide receiver that can fucking block like a menace to society, okay? A straight menace on the field. There is no better blocking wide receiver than Hines Ward in the history of the fucking game. He taught every receiver, especially in my era of high school that I was playing the position, how to fucking block. So absolutely, fuck yes, I'm gonna second that.
Also, shout out to Hines Ward for his cameo in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah,
Yes.
Fucking love it, man.
Fuck, what a scene, right?
Such a good scene, man.
I think that was
Holy
his
smokes.
best turn of his career.
Get him an Oscar for that scene. For that
What
scene,
an
scene
unreal
deserves an
movie.
Oscar.
Holy smokes.
Well, Christian Bale's the greatest Batman ever. If you guys didn't know.
facts.
Yeah, not
100%.
even close. Who argues that?
I'm more of a George Clooney guy.
At least give Robert Pattinson a chance. Come on.
I'll give Robert
I
Pattinson
like
a chance, but
I am
still.
hyped for the Batman.
Yeah, me
hyped for it.
too. I'm psyched for it. I'm psyched for it.
At least somebody here on this fucking show is. Wow.
Yeah. Pattinson can act and
Yeah.
can throw down. If you haven't seen
He has a better chance of supplanting Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck was the worst. Like, what are you
Dog
doing
shit.
hiring this guy? What are you doing?
Ben Affleck
Especially
can't
following Christian
fucking
Bale.
act.
Right.
Ben Affleck can't fucking
I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. Patterson at least has a chance to be a good Batman. Like what you were doing with him was just like, oh, I'm just gonna fill a physical attributes role, like what he fucking visually looks like, not acting skills. None of that went into it with Ben Affleck. It was like, oh, he kind of looks like Bruce Wayne would look at this point in his life. So let's just
Pattinson has
fucking
that
hire him.
dark, gloomy type persona to him as well.
Hey, Jeff. Yo, you and I, we're definitely talking top actors. Like we're gonna have a random show where
We gotta let him on a It's a Vibe one day.
It's a vibe.
One day, just talking actors.
I tuned in this week. And I was like, Maddie Kroll is on one.
Oh, dude, Maddie Kroll's always on one.
Like,
dude, she's always on her bullshit.
I'm on.
She's so fun. She's so fun.
Okay. Oh, real quick, can I tell a Batman story real quick before we move on?
Yeah, of course. I say that like I host this fucking
Dark
show.
Knight Rises.
Fucking John.
Right? Dark Knight Rises filmed in Pittsburgh. I'm driving home. And from work near a area where there's a hilltop called Mount Washington that looks over Pittsburgh. It's a scenic view that a lot of people see. So I'm heading towards that way, towards home. And a lot of the traffic's blocked off and the lights are all kind of just like red flashing. All of the Batmobiles are being moved through some of the connector tunnels into the city for filming things. So you just see like different colored, the Tumbler Batmobiles just go passing. And it was literally the nerdiest. And there was nobody else in the car. And I'm just sitting there just like freaking out as like 7-year-old Jeff.
Yeah, just a little kid Jeff.
Second best moment other than Hines Ward running.
Yo, geeking out, thinking about saving Gotham City. I get it.
Herms, who is your Hall of Famer and non-Hall of Famer? Hall of Famer. Wow. Just
Yeah, I get. I mean, and a lot of good ones have already been said, so going third's a little difficult. But I mean, honestly, with so many Hall of Famers and Super Bowl titles that the franchise has, I mean, it's so difficult, because the greatness of the franchise of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, only John can really relate to that. So, So, it's difficult for other people. Again, it's a shorter list to pick from for other fans of other franchises. So I'm gonna go with Mean Joe Green out here doing his thing. Mean Joe Green doing his thing. I'm like, yo, like, dude, shout out, because like I was, born and raised by, parents from Northwest Pennsylvania. I was taught the game of football is all about defense. Okay, so like defense and running the ball. There's two things you got to be able to do. So it's like Mean Joe Green, shout out, dude. Hell yeah. And then I don't know, man, like there were a lot of really cool players for me when I was growing up that I really liked. Honorable mention, Fast Willie Parker doing his thing, loved him. Honorable mention, I really enjoyed Joey Porter, but like I paid up and I got the Mitchell and Ness throwback for Christmas, and I'm so happy. I got that Cordell Stewart jersey, dude. Look, I understand, like he was, like he had a brief stretch. It's not like he was like a dominant player by any means, but it was cool how like ahead of his time he was doing a bunch of cool, getting the nickname Slash. He could go out there play receiver. He could do some cool stuff. He was just fun to watch. And also, if you played NFL Blitz on N64, that dude was unstoppable. So, like, just straight up, like
that game was bananas.
Yeah, dude, like, yeah.
You used to just tombstone people after the whistle.
It's like body slam,
so insane.
But yeah, so just shout out Cordell Stewart. Just first quarterback I ever rooted for. Big fan of that guy.
Had to be one of the more valuable quarterbacks for fantasy.
I bet, dude. Dude, fast as he is, dude. Hell yeah.
Good pick, Herms.
Random shout out to
me. Yeah, you.
Oh my god, I just laughed really hard at Blitz.
Since we're talking about the greatness of the Pittsburgh Steelers, shout out randomly to Charlie Batch for being a backup for so long.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Charlie Batch.
The ever reliable.
Yes, sir.
Love that man to death.
Oh my
god. Yes, Rob.
This show has been something tonight, and so has the chat. Aaron, I hope that you're good, bro. I really do. And prayers up to you. My favorite, or J Love, you go.
Is my mic working? Is my mic working?
Oh yeah, you sound
I can't.
terrific.
I can't hear you, J Love. J Love, I can't hear you. What?
I hate you, bro. I hate you. All right, so I'm counting Fitz because he's gonna make it. He's gonna be in the Hall of Fame in 4 years whenever he gets in.
Okay.
So Fitz is my favorite Hall of Famer. I only have like 3 options to choose from, so that's gonna be it. And then Hall of Famer, I have 2. I'm gonna go either Daryl Washington or Adrian Wilson.
Oh,
shout out
Adrian Wilson.
Nice.
Hey, J-Love, you could have pulled a John and just picked Emmitt Smith as your Hall of Famer.
Fuck you. Dude, Randy Moss had a Hall of Fame season with the Patriots. I'm counting it as a fucking win. I'm counting him as a Patriot for this segment of Rumboyz After Dark, okay?
If I would have picked Joe Montana, you guys all would have gave me shit.
Bro, I so would have shitted on you. I would have fucking flexed on you so
I would
heavy.
have done it anyway, but I should have now.
Yeah. I should have picked a different. I liked Randy Moss. I just wanted an excuse to talk about Randy Moss. I'm sorry. He's just so fucking fun.
Yo, my friends, these are my friends. And I remind you, these are not just panelists.
I'm going to take Chad Ochocinco, too. It's a Chad Ochocinco.
Yo, do you want to throw hands?
Like, John,
do we have to fight? Like, do we have to throw hands? Like, what the fuck? No,
Chad Ochocinco's a good dude. Hung out at my bar one night. He's a funny fucking guy. He's a weird dude. Doesn't drink. He drank 5 Red Bulls, ate 2 boneless chicken wing orders, and walked out. Took a picture with my sister. He was a good dude and left. He's like, I gotta watch film. I'm like, bro, it's like 8 in the morning. What are you talking about? What are you talking
Ocho
about?
Cinco to the truth. That is Ocho Cinco to the truth.
Loves Red Bull.
Anyone and everyone that like, so I've never met him. I've been in the same vicinity as him, and anyone that's ever ran into him has always said the exact same shit.
Great dude.
Yeah,
always loves talking football. He'll always talk to you about football. He'll love it. He loves fucking talking football, and he just drinks Red Bull and just loves the glory days.
Please. I'll say my favorite Hall of Famer. I'll make mine quick before we get into halftime. I'm gonna go Darryl Green. I felt like that was obvious. There was a lot I could have picked from. We got to show defense love, though. And we got to give love to one of the greatest defensive players to really play the corner position, honestly. For non-Hall of Famer,
There is one answer. You know what it
there's
is.
a
You know what the
lot
right
of
answer is.
I know what it
There's
is,
a
too.
lot of-
You know what the
there's
right
one
answer is,
more.
Robbie.
I think
There's
I know
one.
it. I think I know what it is, Herms.
Shit.
Give me a
Look,
stink
there's
eye.
a lot. I
All right,
don't want to. I didn't want to use them because that's low hanging. I didn't want to go with the low hanging fruit. So, all
But
right,
it's true.
it is Sean Taylor. It is Sean Taylor.
Thank you. Facts are facts.
Thank
Facts
you.
are facts.
But
That's obvious.
I
obvious.
am going to say this with conditions. Because of his circumstances, I do believe that the NFL is eventually going to put him in the Hall of Fame for that position.
That is fair.
I hope so.
Okay.
So, not including the obvious choice.
Albert Hainsworth.
Roy Halou Jr.
Fuck that.
Darius Nice.
I met Albert Hainsworth too at a wing eating competition. This is so fucking
Wow. Yo, you
It's
get out of
so
players.
funny. Yo, I hosted a wing eating competition at a bar I was managing, and Albert Hainsworth was a judge. How fucking funny is that?
I'm gonna
Yo,
go. I was actually gonna go with
That's so
fucking Antoine
funny.
Randall and Santonio Holmes together.
Literally both Steelers, but okay.
Pittsburgh,
Both
yeah, I mean,
Steelers,
you know,
yeah,
it's just-
both
Yeah,
Steelers.
don't
Just combine that
one of those
one.
names. Is,
Hey, look.
We reserve right.
Hey.
San Antonio opened up the deep passing game in Washington, which we desperately needed. And Antoine Randall opened up the option for us, the receiver option for us, which was desperately needed at that time. So I respect the fuck out of them for what they did. The ring of honor to me. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have
Shout out Santana Moss.
shout out. Shout yo, when we say the word shout out to the homie Corey Smalla though.
Shout out.
Shout out. Look, you gotta say it in his voice to shout out.
Shout out.
If y'all have ever not had a casual conversation with Corey, whether like in person or over the phone, if you don't follow Corey, you should. If you've ever gotten to like hear his voice, like hear him just casually, naturally talk, he does this. He'll have this thing where it's just like, yeah, man. So the way I'm feeling about AJ Dillon this year, shout out AJ Dillon, and like he'll like as if he's on radio while in dialogue with you. And it's one of my favorite.
I appreciate that because you never know. AJ Dillon might be listening. You never know. I appreciate that.
Hey, it is
Shout out
my
AJ Dillon.
it is my favorite thing. Like I'll just like post something randomly on Snapchat, and then Corey just like shout out Robbie. Like, it's just like shout out Jim Robbie, shout out to Pimpin' Girls Robbie, like he'll just like whatever I post. Shout out to Drinking at the Bar Robbie, like apparently there's different me's according to him. Oh my God, you just said it exactly the way he does it.
Happy late birthday to Corey. Shout out Corey.
Oh yeah,
Shout out Corey. Shout out.
He and I actually work the same day job, which is actually kind of cool.
Oh wow, I love it. That's a person I can't wait to drink with again. Make sure you guys do get your Fantasy Football Expo tickets. Going down August 13th. Do get your Fantasy Football Expo tickets. Draft Night Out tickets are on sale. The Fantasy Football Celebrity Game is officially designated and underway. It is now 5-on-5. We were trying to do 7-on-7. We're doing 5-on-5 instead.
I cannot wait to watch because I will not be playing. Very bad shit.
I am getting my team together.
I already dusted off my cleats. I'm waiting for the phone call. It's no big deal, Robbie. Pressure's on you, but my agent will talk to
you're drafted. You're officially drafted. You're officially fucking drafted.
Yo.
Bro, we're gonna have 5 offense, 5 defense. Like we're gonna be probably one of the only teams with like both ready to go.
I'll play outside linebacker like you read about. Like I'll be in there. Give me the dot. I'll be mic'd up. I'm in there.
We're bringing home the trophy, baby. We're bringing home the trophy.
Listen,
so make sure that you guys do get your.
He's showing up with eye black on.
Yeah.
He's showing up.
Yo, I got it.
I actually
down
don't
to here. Like boom.
Bro, I actually don't play. Play with iBlack, but I will say this. So, a little flag football secret: Robbie plays with no shirt.
Oh,
reason being,
you know, I'm being
what
real
can you
extra,
grab?
getting
What
all the
can you hold?
ladies.
What can you hold? What can you hold? What holding penalties can you call
Nipple
if
hair.
you can't grab me? If you can't grab
Purple
me,
nurples, 15-yard penalty, purple nurple.
I dare someone to press me. I'm just gonna fucking run right through you. I dare you to play man on me. Do not dare play man on me. Listen, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into halftime. Get your tickets, fantasyfootballexpo.com. All right. Go ahead, check it out. Follow at the FF Expo. Get your tickets for Draft Night Out at draftnightout.com as well. All right, you already know. I'll be working Draft Night Out. I'll be playing in the celebrity game. We're gonna be 32-bit is we're working on some shit, so you may or may not have some access into some 32-bit events that we're gonna be hosting. So be on the lookout. A lot of things happening for the summer. Hashtag Get Sexy 2022. You already know how we do. John, you know exactly all about hashtag Get Sexy 2022. It's a real thing. Let's get into this brand new music video, though. This one is more so just a track. This one is called Off Top. My homie Turk 2 Trill. Let's get it.
Hope they really feelin' when they see a nigga run it off top. No, a nigga can't be stopped. Popping like corn in the pot. You know that.
What's going on?
I was vibing for that for a second.
Really was.
I'm not gonna lie.
That was a hot. That was a hot.
halftime
That was a hot.
over.
Like
Let's go.
that was a hot like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Let's
All right,
go.
welcome back to Rumboyz After Dark.
We've taken a show. We got no halftime. We got no nothing. Let's just get crazy.
It's like when you skip halftime in Madden, you know?
Herbs, are you playing halftime here?
Oh,
I
fucking
it could easily, yeah.
So wait a second. No, let's be honest. We're live on
Listen,
and Robbie's.
I didn't come for no heat.
He's
I came for smoke, no heat.
Let's be honest.
left.
It's Rumboyz After Dark on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. We got all the takes for the morning and the nighttime after work. Settle down, get you a beer, 'cause you've got friends.
Hope they really feelin' when they see a nigga run it off top. No, a nigga can't be stopped. Popping like corn in the pot. You know that I'm hot. That homie just rolled on the op. He foiled the plot. Now we controlling the spot. Bustin', I'm shooting my shot. Thinking I'm liking them not. Just stay in your slot. My niggas be getting the guap and Chris in the pot. Now we can't fold up the knot. No, a nigga rhyme with the Draco. Yeah. Bitches gon' do what I say so. Yeah. Smash on your bitch, then I lay low. Yeah. If I slide on the op, that's a KO. Okay. Put the dot on his top, that's a halo. Push button start, can't find no keys. Foot on the pedal screaming, fuck the police. No, I do it for the people, no just and no pay. Doing GTA in the GTO. Niggas see me coming, going past the mode. Better watch it, ho, going savage mode. But the chains on the neck like mop and gloves. You know I got the juice like you. And don't squat when I piss like you. Damn. Allergic to the fake, I chew. Bitch, I'm married to the game, I do. Handle my business, rolling on the wrist, fresh minute. Windows on the whip, they tinted. Told the swipe with the card, no limit. But to go and bust it down, I'll be back in a minute. Run it off top, no a nigga can't be stopped. Popping like corn in the pot, you know that I'm hot. That homie just rolled on the op, he foiled the plot. Now we controlling the spot, bustin', I'm shooting my shot. Thinking I'm liking them not, just stay in your slot. My niggas be getting the guap and Chris in the pot. Now we can't fold up the
Got
knot.
100 ways I can reach you and beat you. Put you in the dog and mistreat you, leeches. Heard around town I'm a cocky bastard, cause I got charm and I smile when I greet you. Bitches get lost, got them gone off the meter. Crazy white girls got them gone off the Easter. I can get you touch, I don't need no reason. So you better watch your mouth when you talking to the chief. But I be living life easy, daughter named Breezy. Giving her the world of the stars in the sea. Throwing money in the air, every fall you can keep. They can see everywhere where the diamonds are gleam. When I jumped off the porch, then I jumped in the pool. Know your bitch wanna fuck, yes I know this of course. I told her slide through, I got room for us both. And she came with a friend, I let things run its course.
Run it off top, no a nigga can't be stopped. Popping like corn in the pot, you know that I'm hot. That homie just rolled on the op, he foiled the plot. Now we controlling the spot, bustin', I'm shooting my shot. Thinking I'm liking them not, just stay in your slot. My niggas be getting the guap and Chris in the pot. Now we can't fold up the knot.
Getting lost, getting gone off the meter. Crazy white girls got them gone off the Easter. I can get you touched, don't need no reason. So you better watch your mouth when you talking to the chief. lost, getting gone off the meter. Crazy white girls got them gone off the Easter. I can get you touched, don't need no reason. You better watch your mouth when you're talking to the chief.
Cannolis.
Yeah,
Cannolis sound fucking amazing. Let's actually really quick. Instead of playing an ad, I want to play a drink by the homie Jay Bats really quick. Let's get into this.
All right, next drink we're going to do, like I said, we're going to get a little bit harder here. Now we're really going to try and impress our guests. First things you need, you're going to have to cut up a strawberry. This drink is both fun, fruity, little bit smoky. I think it hits a lot of notes, pleases a lot of people. This is a tequila and mezcal-based cocktail. So take your strawberry, throw that right in your shaker. I'm using a Reposado tequila. Reposado means rested. It's kind of it's got a little age to it. It's a fun tequila. It's going to have some spice. Going to get a little bit of that wood flavor. I used 1 ounce. I'm going to do 1.5. And then next, we're using Mezcal. Mezcal is basically tequila's smoky cousin. People get afraid of it because of how smoky it is and how overbearing it can be in cocktails. That's why I'm only using 1/2 ounce. A little bit can go a long way, but it is certainly a fun ingredient. If you use it as an adjunct in a lot of your favorite tequila cocktails, think your margaritas, think your palomas, think, your tequila sunrises, all these fun, easy tequila-based drinks. You throw a little mezcal in there, it's great, and it adds this depth of flavor, this dynamic aspect to it that you don't expect. Next, you get 100% fresh pineapple juice. No, I'm just kidding. This is from the grocery store. I wish it was fresh. I mean, anytime you can, you always try and do fresh. But pineapple juice is one of those difficult ones, and it's always easier. Just get 100% no sugar added. Make sure it's no sugar added, because if you get the sugar ones, it can really throw the balance of your cocktails off. You want to be able to control the sugar that goes into it. Last ingredient you really need, agave nectar. 1/2 ounce of agave nectar. Now that, to me, that drink is done. You can shake that up, serve it, and anyone would be happy. But I'm going to go even crazier, and I think you should too, with a little pinch of cilantro. We happen to have some cilantro in the house, and I love the way cilantro tastes in all tequila cocktails. So 1 little pinch of cilantro, throw that in. Grab some ice to shake. Take away. This is one of those drinks, when you think you've shook it enough, take it a little more. The dilution really helps. Pineapple juice gets it super foamy, super frothy. Oh, the cilantro smells amazing. Grab yourself a low ball. If you're nice like me, and your fridge has crushed ice, grab a little bit of crushed ice. Just throw this in the glass.
If you're nice like me.
Strain. Oh, beautiful. A little bit of that dirty ice so you get all that cilantro, a little bit of those strawberry chunks, and you got yourself a nice, refreshing cocktail. Go great with nachos, tacos. You're sitting there watching the game, eating nachos. You're telling me you don't want to sip on one of these? You're out of your goddamn mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, like he said, you don't want to sip on one of these. I did mine with rum instead of tequila, of course.
Sipping on some Jif. There you go. I
Patsy,
like it.
peanut butter.
Crunchy.
I did not do this on ice. I did mine straight. John's somewhere fucking pissed off because I did that probably.
He had to dip.
I know he. I know
Oh, he's
this.
pissed off.
That's what I got the phone for.
Oh, is that why you did that? Ah, shit.
Nah, I mean, no, that's not why I did that. I mean, I wanted to buy everybody some time too to get back, chill, and everything, because I knew it was going to be a short break. The Steelers named Brian Flores as their senior defensive assistant / linebackers coach.
Yes.
Yes, it is a beauty, but we have a broader outside the lines issue than that. Is this just a formality to soften the blow on the Flores lawsuit? What are your thoughts about this hiring? I've heard a lot of different things from a lot of different professionals. J-Love, you start.
Look, I think we all know that based on the way Brian Flores was coaching down in Miami, he's deserving of a head coaching job somewhere. And if it's not a head coaching job, it's at least a DC because he was great where he was a DC beforehand. Granted, the controversy he had going and the coaching job he was lined up for was in Houston, and they have enough drama going down there with who shall not be named at the moment. It sucks because he's in a bad position that he put himself in. Granted, he had a lot of outside factors that he cannot control, but going through with that lawsuit and making it public is not something that was going to bode well for him in the long run, and it didn't. However, this hiring is not a formality. This hiring is a great hiring by the Steelers because they saw a great, talented coach hit the market in a position of need because they promoted a new DC, and they said, hey, we need an assistant. We need someone to take this spot. We will take a great coach. And that's all this is.
Harms.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret that the Steelers do have a lot of things that need to be solved on the defensive side of the ball. For as good as our defense is, there's a lot of issues in terms of the fact that, like, there are a lot of young linebackers in there that still have some stuff they got to learn. And then also just, like, look, I mean, outside of, like, the veterans that are in the starting lineup, a lot of the depth behind those guys, like, it's very inexperienced and they're, like, not super honed in terms of, you know, talents on field yet. So bringing in a guy like that makes all the sense in the world. And also, like, for it to be, like, viewed as some sort of just, like, you know, token pat on the back hire or whatever. Like, I guess I could see some people make that argument, but, like, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know what I mean? They don't just do things for the sake of doing things. They hire very good people. They draft very good people. They do all, you know what I mean? Like, it's a very excellent organization. Like, of course, they're going to make a smart decision, like hiring somebody as good of a coach as Brian Flores is, you know? Like, the defense needed a lot of help. He's a very talented defensive coach. It makes a ton of sense. So, like, yeah, and, like, as far as, like...
It makes sense. It makes sense. I feel like...
Oh, he deserves a head coaching job. Don't get me wrong. He really should be a head coach in the league. I felt like that should, you know, go unsaid. But, I mean, if I have to say, yeah, I mean, of course he should be a head coach.
And I feel like the most accepting organization, and the organization has been the most accepting out of all, is the one who coincidentally made the hire. And I don't think that it was because of. I don't think it was necessarily because of the potential blowback or the soften. I don't think the NFL made a call. And it was like, Pittsburgh, do this.
No, we needed a defensive coach, and we had a good one out there in Brian Flores, so we hired him. That's what.
But I do believe that it in a way hurts the case. In a way. Yes, the man should be hired, and he should have a more prestigious position. But fuck, like, now that you're hired, like, is the case gonna go through the same way? Like, are we gonna get the same representation that people like us should get? You know, like, it's tough.
Robbie, I have one question. Was he ever just not going to get a job this year? I think we all knew at some point he was going to take a job, whether that be. Really? You guys were questioning that, really?
Nah, but
I question whether or not he was going to get blackballed. Yes.
Absolutely.
Really?
At least for 1 year.
Yeah.
Until
the lawsuit was over, I thought he was not going to be coaching.
I got something to say about that because he was effectively blackballed by every owner and GM in the league. Mike Tomlin hired him.
It was a Tomlin
insiders in the
hire. It wasn't
organization. Mike Tomlin and him were on a phone call, and Brian Flores was like, "Yo, bring me on." That's literally what happened. It wasn't the Rooneys. It wasn't KC.
Yeah.
It wasn't anyone like higher up in the front office. It was fucking Mike Tomlin who brought him on. So you could say he still is blackballed or blacklisted from the league, right?
In many ways, and in many circles.
In many ways, I think he is.
He is.
Like, absolutely.
So like I feel like with this one, like it's one of those things, and we see this, and I hate to take it away from football, but we see this often where certain things are done to pacify certain people, just so that it's like, okay, if we give you what you want, we know that at least for a while, it's going to be a while before you get woke to the next thing that we're going to do, And I think this is kind of one of those things where it's like the baby cried, the racial baby cried, had evidence, and it was like, yo, let's just pacify this really quick because there may be some validity to it, so that all that validity doesn't get out, especially with a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes with GMs and owners dealing with sexual assaults, my organization being one of them, so on and so forth. I think that is the league that is kind of like, let's pacify this issue, hire them, and kind of make it go, sweep it underneath the rug for a little while, until at least the next person speaks out and then is brought up again, where it's like, hey, someone spoke out before, and then this is what happened. We've seen this many times in America with many of other issues. So I think that that's kind of where we're seeing history kind of repeat itself in this manner. Fuck it. It wasn't until the 90s that a black quarterback won a goddamn Super Bowl. And football's been around. We celebrated 100 years of football back in 2019. So that speaks volumes. Anyone else have anything to say about that one? Or
real quick, I wanted to say something. It's more of a rumor than anything. There isn't much validity to it yet, but there has been whispers of Mike Tomlin apparently stepping into a Bill Belichick head coach / GM type role.
So actually, I've heard that's going to happen.
And I'm making this connection. A lot of other people have made the connection that they brought on.
It's going to happen.
Him to be the next head coach, even though Mike Tomlin is young. He's 39 or something like that. Fucking dudes like Belichick and Carroll are coaching until their 70s, but I could see something like that happening, and I want it to happen. To be honest with you,
I would love it. I would love it if that happened, but I have heard the rumor that the extent that I know is that is pretty much what is going to happen. If that does happen, I would love to see it. And it's a very responsible person that you're putting into that GM role. And if to the fullest extent of what you're saying about Brian Flores being the next coach, then even better. You're talking about tic-tac-toe. It's the Rooney Rule. It's Tomlin. It's Flores. Does it look like box checking? There's a reason it's called the Rooney Rule. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Does it look like box checking? Yes, but is it box checking if it's successful? Eat a dick.
And plus, for as much was made of Brian Flores is very incredibly hard-nosed, serious demeanor that kind of put people off in Miami in terms of the fact that other coaches found it harder to work with him at times or whatever. He carries the same temperament and just attitude that he brings to the game that Mike Tomlin does. So in terms of just finding a guy that's just going to roll in straight face, we're getting to work, boys, type thing that really works in the culture that's already built there.
The steel curtain, yeah.
Yeah, it would be a fabulous passing of the torch because they're both very serious. When we show up, we're doing this, and this. You better be ready to go type thing. And,
those are
the
type of guys that me personally, I would play for. Anytime around this time of year, coaching shit happens. We're really quick. I want to point out we do have a former collegiate athlete coming on the Rumboyz here on Thursday. We'll have Shannon Brooks. He played for the Minnesota Gophers. We're going to be having him coming on. He's going to be talking about what things were like through his mental health, going through the draft process, what he's working on to now get back into the league and be an impact for a team. We're going to try and take this interview on Thursday and send it out to some teams. So be on the lookout for that. But I like that you guys brought up, because this seems to be an organization that is taking people and is looking at people and is saying we're a culture of not only success but inclusion, and those two things work together for us. We're breaking barriers. The Steelers are breaking barriers, and they have been breaking barriers for a really long time. This isn't
It's the most
new.
prestigious franchise for a reason. The history's there.
Yeah.
The proof is in the pudding. Like, dude,
Yeah, this isn't new. This isn't different for them. I respect the move. Toby, Pat, Mike, anyone have anything else they want to add here?
I got one thing. I think the NFL has to be very careful how it proceeds in terms of, we keep mentioning sweeping it under the rug to try and push it away. This living room, though, is mountains of stuff underneath that rug right now. And it's slowly coming out. And if the NFL can just be transparent on it, I think it would end up looking way better for them than if they find out that he was they're trying to pay him to throw games.
Yeah, a thing to add to that.
Oh, let's go. Don't know here on the Rumboyz Fantasy.
One thing to add to that argument is, when have we ever seen a franchise choose a quarterback over a head coach? Never. It does not happen. And for that to happen this one time, which is a very weird scenario, and then for this to come out, almost proves that Flores kind of had something going on behind the scenes.
Well,
I personally think Stephen Ross is still a fucking dumbass. So.
Okay. I mean, like, Tua was drafted so recently and was such high capital that, like, it is a little unusual, I guess, but, like, there have been, like, and we see, like, young quarterbacks taken super high in the draft where it's just, like, a new coach, a new coordinator, just, like, however many times in, like, the first 5 years or so they're in the league or something. Like, that's something to consider. But, I mean, like, yeah, like, it's a little weird down there. But, I mean, even Pang's been on here talking about it because, him being a Dolphins fan, I mean, he's spoken to it several times on this show. It's just, like, that front office is just full of a bunch of whack people. Like, and that's coming from him. And, he's a fan of that team. So it's like, I take him at his word for that because he's following it closer than I am. But, like,
really quick, I just want to say I love the new setup, the new backdrop, Herms. I love the previous one before. But big reps for the state that you're from, state that I'm also from. I went to William Pick Elementary, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
Literally the elementary school that's around the corner from FedEx Field. Oh, when I was there, it was called Jack Can't Cook. But yeah, hey, crab cakes like a motherfucker. Old Bay season. Let's get
crab
it, baby.
cakes and football.
God damn it! Oh fuck! And it's a Canadian donation.
Fuck you, Toby, show me your tits.
Yeah.
Why so thirsty, Raj? Why?
That's is.
God damn it! That's the second time tonight.
Oh, come on, man. I don't want to see yours. What the fuck, Mike?
Oh my gosh. Anyone else have anything they want to add so we can get into the next topic for the sake of me?
I will say the defense with this hire is going to, especially the linebacking core. I mean, you already have T.J. Watt, and Highsmith is young and promising, but you take a guy like, look a guy in Miami like Andrew Van Ginkel and see what Flores did for his career. I mean, from that outside linebacker hybrid position, he led the league in quarterback hurries this past season, and Robert Spillane has the same somewhat build to him, and he's a good rush off-ball linebacker, and he can play off-ball as well, but he rushes the quarterback better from that inside linebacker position, so you can see some resurrection there for
also
Robert Spillane.
coached one of the most underrated linebackers in the NFL, and Jerome Baker.
Yes.
Oh, dude, so good.
Dude.
Flores is gonna kill it, dude. I mean, honestly,
I'm excited to see what he can do with Bush,
Hey,
man.
I was just about to say,
excited
you think he can revive Devin Bush coming off that
I
ACL?
fucking hope so. I really hope he can.
He better.
If there's anyone who can, it's him.
That's
That's
fair.
all, right?
It's gonna be. I'm excited. I'm excited for when the season finally starts. Like let's remember, fellas, we have a lot of movement that's gonna be happening.
If we get a
speaking
quarterback,
of,
look out.
Mike, do you have anything else that you want to add to this or no? Okay, cool. Thank you. The Washington Commanders. Speaking of movement, the Washington Commanders are now plus 350 favorites. They are legitimately, fellas. I cannot fucking make this up. I am not an odds maker, but part of my job, out of many other functions, is to analyze odds makers. I don't know if someone in Vegas or someone at DraftKings that makes the lines got a hold of my rum, ladies and gentlemen. I can't make this up when I drop this fucking fact, okay? Like, mathematically speaking, okay? Real life shit. Plus 350 favorites for the Washington motherfucking Commanders to land Deshaun Watson on DraftKings.
It would be on brand.
Y'all got enough controversy going on. What the fuck?
All right, Herms. I don't think that this is on brand. For this team to be a favorite, for anything of landing any one of a franchise name of anything that can sell a fucking jersey. Herms, do you realistically think this team is capable of doing anything positively marketing wise? Come on. No. Plus 350. Listen,
I don't think it would be.
I know they're a favorite right now.
I mean, that's kind of the
fuck. I see what you did. Oh,
yeah. I mean, like,
did you just outright me on a joke?
It's possible. I don't know. It happens. It happened. I don't know. It was like, I don't know.
Do you want to play Cards Against Humanity again? Do you want to play Cards?
Hell yeah, dude.
Do you want to enter?
Let me get an invite.
All right, hold on. For those that don't know the story behind this, backstory behind this joke off, Herms and I are literally 3 for 3 against each other in a fantasy football in public game. This game is documented. Okay,
I was there as a witness.
This game holds holy grail in the fantasy football Hall of Fame somewhere in Canton that we haven't gotten a section to yet, but we will. Okay,
one of these days.
3 for 3. We were in a room full of a bunch of other analysts, some from very big networks, some from starting off networks. Well, back then they were starting off. Nowadays, some big dogs. Okay, and I tell you what, he just gave me a flashback. You're not doing it this year. I get that Canton's around the corner. Are you warming up? Like, are you training? Was that training? Was that practice? Like, what the fuck was that?
Man, I don't need exercise for the funny bone. All right, like I got that working all the time.
Dude, we got to do some training.
What was the name? Well, hey, who remembers the name of that bar? Who was here that remembers the name of that bar?
It was Milestone.
Yeah, with all
Herms. I will see.
Cool,
Herms,
dude.
I will see you at Milestone.
With the hot dogs and
I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out again. I'm calling you the fuck out again. Round 2. We are not tying. I'm calling you out. No one leaves the room. No one leaves the room until the scores settle between you and I.
Oh,
it's on.
Showdown in Canton.
Comedy showdown in Canton. Fantasy football comedy showdown in Canton. Let's go.
It is on like a prawn that yawns at dawn. All right.
I got a.
So J-Love,
I got 200 on Herms.
Oh fuck yeah! I agree. J-Love, you want to team up to be DD during the fucking expo now? I think
we might get it. We might have to.
For some reason, I'm trusting J-Love driving more than you.
Hey yo, get the fuck out of here! I drive in the goddamn Canadian winter. I know how to drive.
It's gonna be summer.
I'll be the DD.
It's gonna be summer.
I have my CDL. I can drive.
Yeah, but I'm a good
driver. So what are y'all thinking about these odds though? Like I mean, plus 350 is realistically when we talk about it and when we look at the whole landscape of everyone else's odds, it realistically is insane. Like for this team, for what this team would have to give up.
Well, this is why I think that they are this high. It's because the team themselves were the ones that came out and said that they would trade almost anything, even Chase Young,
for a quarterback.
So because that was said out loud, if the team is willing to trade Chase Young,
the Chase Young part is what the fuck's like honestly, I feel like that's something that you say when you're drunk and you don't really mean it.
Okay,
Yes,
think
but-
about your owner for a minute.
Yeah.
Does he really have to be drunk? or something like that?
Stop. You know
Chase
what?
Young is also damaged goods right now.
This is true.
Whoa,
He's also
whoa,
a generational
whoa.
talent.
He has
He's
one
also-
fucking injury. You are not. Whoa. We have other fucking players on this show
It's
that
like
we're
a
going
girl
to
that
talk
just
about
turned
later on that have been
33.
injured. You're not doing that, Pat.
She just turned 33.
Pat. Chase Young did not turn 33.
It's like a girl that just turned 33.
He is not. Fuck that. You know that space between the nuts and the ass? You
the
can
taint.
lick that.
They call that the
You can
gooch.
lick mine.
You did not. You're not gonna sit here and call fucking Chase Young damaged goods, bro.
The
Like,
technical
they're
term
literally-
is
no,
perineum.
because we're literally gonna get into a topic later where we can talk about a player
Are you saying
who
an
has a
ACL?
longer injury. Bro,
Are you
he's
saying
gonna
ACL
be fine. He's gonna be
ACL
fine.
injury
He's gonna
leaves
be
you at
fine.
100%? Is he?
He's gonna be fine.
Will he?
I love
Will he
you.
ever be the same player? 100%.
A diminished
no.
version of Chase Young.
Will he
is
ever be
still
the same player?
vastly better than
100%.
most
I'm
players.
not
With the
gonna-
technology these days, yes, he can be.
He could even
Stop.
be better because he
Stop.
got injured so early on in his career. I go as far as say he'd be better.
Not a good take.
Yes, he could potentially be better. He could potentially be better. No, bro, we're not about to shit on Chase Young. And if Washington realistically trades Chase Young off of the strength of what you just said, because I feel like that's the only reason why Washington is trying to say that and trying to even do that, bro. Y'all motherfuckers is dumb as hell. Like I'm screaming into the mic, you're dumb as hell, bro. Like what the fuck?
I don't know why did you trade a player that you just marketed a whole new name and jerseys after.
Yeah,
No, I
And-
would
Because the
I'm not saying I
franchise
would
is
trade him.
bad. The
I would
franchise
not
is
trade him. I'm just saying
That's why.
because that was coming because that statement was
Yeah,
said by
I
the
know what you're
team.
saying, Mike.
The odds.
Look, if that GM has any sense, he needs to break up that defensive tackle logjam that they have going in Washington before anything.
Come on, somebody
You've
have
got
a different
four,
take.
you've got 4 startable defensive tackles.
Is that fucking
So wait,
Matthew
does
Ioannidis or
everyone
whatever?
hold on. Everyone take a sip. Hold on. Everyone take a sip if you believe that the only way Washington does this is if Chase Young is involved right now. Take a sip.
No.
I didn't even take a sip.
They
No.
find another way.
No, I think they can find another way. I'm just
Look,
I
if
just
you
think
want,
Why not
you
Deron
want-
Payne?
yeah,
Why
but
not
the
Deron
Texans
Payne?
gonna go for
Why not
it.
Deron Payne? Why not Deron Payne?
He's movable.
They could.
He's
They could.
movable. Matt Ioannidis is movable. All of these players are movable. Why would you give up your best piece on the defensive line? I trade Montez Sweat before
Because
I
they're
trade
dumb. They're
Yeah,
bad.
before I trade Chase.
No,
Montez Sweat
come
has to go
on,
first.
Herms.
I've lived in this area my whole life. I've watched.
I know,
this team.
but that's why I'm also screaming at the top of my fucking lungs right now for it to not happen because I know what the fuck could happen. I know the extreme.
That's why I'm not a fan anymore.
You sound
I
like
know the extreme, but I know the lowest of the low. And here's the thing: you're gonna have these emotions no matter who you're. I mean, the emotions are different because we changed fucking names 3 different times in 3 years. But your emotions are gonna be the same no matter what team you're with. You're gonna if a compelling player and a passionate player. Chase Young came to us passionate. He's passionate about the organization. He's
So is
been
Tyrese
passionate
Halliburton.
through and through.
If this team's lives off their defense, why not go get Jimmy G? Why do you need Deshaun Watson?
I mean,
or
we all
see
thought
what
their
Jimmy G
defense
can
was
do
elite
with a
last
great
year.
defense.
You don't. You really don't. You don't. You could do it with Taylor
No.
Heineke, really.
Okay, but can we still classify?
We can't do
No,
it with
sorry.
Heineke. We can't do it with Heineke. If we
Can we
would
still
have done with
classify this
Heineke,
defense as elite?
I'm
though?
sorry.
Can we still
Everybody-
classify this defense as elite?
Raj, you know how many
Okay,
injuries
I
that
don't know.
defense had last year?
Okay, wait.
Yeah, but coming off of
No, I want to
all
hear.
those
I want to
injuries,
hear this
can you
Heineke
say
stat.
Stats got better when Chase
Can I ask y'all a
Young
question?
Lyrically,
Can I ask y'all a question?
lyrically-
If Washington trades for Kirk Cousins this offseason, knowing he's going into a contract year, do they win that division if they are healthy going into next season? They
That
bring
would be
back
a
Chase Young.
hilarious turn of events after what happened with him.
If
the
you
first
bring
time.
Stop.
a
Stop
borderline,
it, Five. What are you
borderline top 10
doing?
quarterback, a borderline top 10 quarterback, you give a second and a fourth, you keep that first round pick, and you have the option to give him that extension. If they get Kirk Cousins, do they compete for that division? I think so, because the Cowboys are in cap hell and the Eagles are the Eagles. And I'm not even going to talk about New York, whatever the hell they got going
Yeah,
on.
fuck
Thank
New
you.
York.
Thank
Fuck
you,
New York
J-Lo.
at the same
Like,
time.
so stop going out of here and talking about we need Deshaun Watson. He
Bro,
might not even play next year. Russell Wilson, he's not getting moved.
I'm not gonna call them out, but I did have two fans of the show literally message me on Snapchat and was like, "Is New York getting brought up on the show today?" And I was like, "No."
I think New York can make some noise. I like Dayball.
I think that they could be
Stop.
sneaky
Save that shit for next week.
as like, maybe a decent offense, but now Daniel Jones is garbage.
Daniel Jones is fucking garbage.
He's not a good quarterback.
Hold on. J Love. Remember when we did Daniel Jones's Skype profile before we did the interviews and like fucking
it was so bad.
We were both like this blows. We were like we're literally sitting in the film room like this is a real assignment that the PA gave us.
He's got the same exact issues, if not more issues, than he had coming out of college out of Duke.
He has the exact same issue still.
He's got more because he didn't have a fumbling
probably
issue at Duke. Now he's got the worst fumbling issue in the NFL, even above Carson Wentz, and that's hard.
And he falls down at random times. That's pretty unfortunate. You
Duke
gotta
can't keep his balance.
Look. I'm gonna say this. Washington, be smart about this. Bettors out there, if you are really betting on this, I know that we have a lot of DeJean County that watches our show. Shout out to DeJean County. We love you. Cheers to DeJean County. All you guys are going to be getting in on the 22-22. All of you guys have been following all of our betting shit. The Discord lately, the Discord lately has been popping. We're dropping our bets and shit in the Discord. I ain't going front. I'm not trying to surprise anybody here, but guys, I think I'm a hockey sharp.
Hey, hell yeah! Shout out the Washington Capitals.
Hey, I need some. Hey, I got your bet.
No, you set it off. You had set it off, and I took that one piece of analysis, and then I started piecing certain other pieces of analysis together. I got on that Calgary train before it got hot, and I got on it right at the right time. I was like, oh shit! I'm cash out.
I think you should jump off soon.
I've been saying, dude, I've been saying the same thing lately. Make sure you guys check us out in the Discord. Bracketology is coming up. Like I said, for our major sponsored bracketology tournament, we are going to be having some prizes. The prizes yet to be announced. I can't announce too much, but I am going to give the Rumboyz a first look. All right. So Rumboyz and Rum Girls, make sure that you guys got us on Discord or you follow us on Twitter, whatever the case may be. I'm going to give you a very first look. We're going to make sure we debut that probably next week, Friday night here on Rumboyz After Dark. We're going to drop the link in the middle of the chat right at halftime, get you guys into the bracketology tournament, talk about some prizes, get it shipped to you guys. If you're good enough to win the whole ship. If you win the whole ship, you get a prize. We're also going to have, a second go around for you guys as well after the Sweet 16. So make sure you guys are staying tuned. We're going to get into fantasy football talk. We're going to start with J Love.
I was so worried you were going to ask me about college basketball. I was like, I haven't watched since Zion was at Duke. I don't know. Thank God. Oh, thank God.
Dude, I 320 pounds Zion.
Herms, you gotta get in the season, bro.
Yo,
it's March Madness time.
Hold on, Raj, you sent him the link. I didn't send the fucking show sheet.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's fine. I've done well. Okay,
he's done. Yeah, no. But you're just irresponsible. I'm just saying it.
You gotta play on the fly.
You're the one who didn't send him the link in the first place. So who's really responsible?
Whoa, we're not gonna review the whole fucking case of events. I was sent in a message right as I hit the live.
Sweep it under the rug.
I will,
the Washington football team rug. That's just fucking.
I will drop kick you from fucking.
Let's get a Herm-sized body underneath of that rug. I'll just lay flat. It'll be fine.
You can leave my fucking team out of this, Raj. And all of our rugs sweeping, okay? I'm not happy about it either, and I don't defend it. But
I've seen the underside of that rug. I don't want to be anywhere near it. I just
God.
Yeah.
That sounds.
But he swung low. That was below the dick.
Anyways. Okay, but you kind of deserve it because you said Darryl Green was fucking better than Deion Sanders at one time. So that's just revenge for that, bro.
Oh, come on now. That is. I agree, Raj. Totally. Absolutely.
Darryl Green's underrated as fuck, though.
Underrated, but he's not better than Deion fucking Sanders.
Yes, he is.
That's the best corner of all time. Absolutely not. Best corner of all time.
Come on.
Deion is the best corner of all time. But to piss Raj off to get that reaction out of Raj. Yeah, every single motherfucking time.
Congratulations,
Best corner of all time is Herms.
Hey, Raj, you're the new me.
Yes.
So,
I don't
Hey,
even remember the topic at this point.
really quick. No,
He
we're
didn't
getting
say
into
it.
a new topic. We're getting
Oh,
into a new
fuck.
topic.
He didn't say it.
The great CMC debate continues as the running back has dealt with injuries over his career. We start with drop the mic. Where
This
are
is
you
that
taking?
music factory that everybody keeps
No,
talking about, right?
we start with J Love. We start with J Love.
Okay, all right. We'll start with J Lo.
All right.
Where are you taking the playmaking talent in fantasy, or are you even going to, let alone?
Okay. I'm gonna approach this from two different angles. One, dynasty, because I'm mainly a dynasty player at this point. If you are in a dynasty league and you have Christian McCaffrey rostered, keep him. Do not trade him at this low value. You're not going to get anything for him. Hold the bullet and try to get the best value out of him.
Don't be a bitch.
Okay. Do not trade for him because you don't want that bullet.
Don't be a bitch.
And in redraft, it's tough at the moment. He's probably going to go mid to late first right now. If I had to guess, I've done a few very early mocks. He's gone around 5 to 8 in most situations, and I'm not willing to pay that. If you can get him around the 205 to 208, I think the value and the chance of him booming is worth it at that point. First round, no. Second round, yes.
Herms?
I mean, look, whether we like it or not, Christian McCaffrey is still going to be a first-round pick if you're going to have to take him anywhere. I do not believe the narrative is going to be far enough in the other direction that he's going to drop that far, because it's like, look, the concerns are very real. I get it. But, like, there's still a sizable enough of the fantasy football playing population and the fantasy, content creation population that is, like, all in on the dude. And then just like, whatever, they're, like, unrelated injuries, blah, 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 he'll be fine. It's a similar argument that I saw for Saquon Barkley when we were having this conversation last year, where it's just like, oh, it's like, yeah, major injuries, blah, blah, but they're not, it's not like a recurring thing, like a Will Fuller hamstring or whatever, blah. So, like, the price is just going to, it's going to be what it is. Personally, I don't really know that I would feel that great about taking him, assuming it's one of those things where the push for him being fine is so strong that he's going to be a top 5 pick again. I'm not willing to do that. I've seen a lot of early ranks where people are still putting him very high, and I get it. When he is a full go, he is just that good of a player, despite the fact the quarterback play has been dreadful, and the offensive line, for as much as we know we like to dunk on the Steelers' offensive line being terrible, you should see what Carolina has going on. I'm just saying. So it's like, I don't know. I've thought about this a lot. At least early on in my head, like, Jonathan Taylor is the number 1 overall pick in my mind. He's the first player off the board, but also the first running back off the board. I would rather take him, Najee Harris. I would rather take Austin Eckler. I would probably rather take Dalvin Cook. And, like, I mean, if I just, like, fully unfold that, I'm probably going to view Christian McCaffrey as maybe, like, RB 6 to 8, somewhere in there. I'm not going to feel good about it. I'm not going to feel I tend to be a more risk-averse player. Your first 2 picks in redrafts, or even if you're doing a dynasty startup or whatever, like, whatever number of your early picks you feel is like, like, you can't fuck this up. Like, those are the picks where I'm always like, I can't fuck this up. I play just like, I am conservative as fuck with my first however many picks, and I'll take swings later. I'm not taking swings with my early picks. You have to be able to build somewhat of a reliable foundation, quote unquote, as much as you can with running back, and the fact that, and because, I mean, running back, you're exposing yourself to, just huge hits all the time. It's a very volatile position for that anyway. But regardless, give me a younger guy that doesn't have the wear and tear, that doesn't have all of those hits already sustained in his career. So it's just like, I mean, I love Christian McCaffrey. He's a very fine player, but he's a little older than me now. We're about the same age, and it's like, look, I'm young, but for a running back, I'm old. So it's like
his injury history usually is different body parts throughout different seasons. We've seen everything from thigh injuries, shoulder sprains,
just like the Saquon with like the ankle issue, and then the ACL.
Look, I hate to do this. Go back 3 or 4 years ago. This is the same thing that was happening with David Johnson. He broke his hand, and then he broke his wrist, and then he tore up his foot, then he tore up his knee.
But David Johnson has never been the same.
No.
Okay,
Yeah, but
how do we know that about
CMC is gonna be the same.
Christian McCaffrey? We haven't seen him on the field since.
I'm not doing that. The only comparable option really is AP, is a guy that dealt with a severe injury and then bounced back. CMC has these repetitive little nagging injuries that that turn into big injuries, and that's the major concern. That's where it's
with
like
technology now. I'd be more concerned about those nagging, longer-term injuries building up into something more than an ACL tear. I really would.
Because like before the hammy this year, it was the shoulder that kept him out longer in 2020 than it should have.
Yeah.
That wasn't even the initial injury that kept him out. It was something that he picked up along the way that was really concerning.
Wasn't that something that shut him down though? Because the Panthers were protecting their investment.
We can't really know definitively, but that's fair.
Because they kept that.
He played that game with
but the
Shredder.
Panthers organization has done so well about keeping so much about Christian McCaffrey's medical record. If you literally,
it's a fair point. It's very up in the air in terms of that stuff goes.
Because last year, why would he come back at the second half of the year? Because even if he was healthy,
they do a lot more than any other player on their roster to undisclose a lot and the nature and the severity of a lot of his injuries.
Oh, yeah.
I'm finding the way that they ran Cam Newton into the ground, a franchise player that was selling a lot of seats, packing asses in seats and selling a lot of jerseys for them. I'm seeing that exact same fucking thing. Oh God, Jeff, you got jokes. You got jokes. I'm seeing a lot of those same behaviors with CMC. I have seen these behaviors when they tried to they fucking pounded Delhomme into the ground. They pounded Steve Smith into the ground. D'Angelo Williams pounded him into the ground. Fucking Luke Kuechly pounded him into the ground. We have seen this time. Greg Olsen pounded into the ground. We have seen this time and time again with this organization. They are very good at, every 10 or so, 8 to 10 years or so, making it to a Super Bowl, putting together a Super Bowl run, but pounding the best of the best out of players into the ground. And I don't think that Christian McCaffrey is any exception. I would almost, and I said this last year, I said this the year before, and even the year before, there was, in 2019, I had him on one roster. And when I got him in the first 101 and I lost that league, we remember those documentaries. You remember that content. We have that content filmed.
So you took player B.
Didn't I trade him to you?
No.
Really?
I did.
That was in 2018. That was 2018. That was 2018.
I took him one-on-one and traded him to you.
No, yeah, that was
Mike's
2018.
upset.
That was 2018.
Mike's so upset right now.
I did not turn on JJ Zacharyason's podcast this morning and expect to hear the first thing was, by the way, I need to talk about Dave Kluge's tweet.
Player B, man.
No, that thing.
You want Christian McCaffrey for 30 points a game?
Wow.
I love Dave. I love Dave.
Shout out to homie Dave. Yo.
No one appreciated my follow-up tweet of, we keep focusing on player A and player B, but player CD is just being really ignored right now.
Come on, we got to talk about player CD. He's good. He's good.
His dynasty value is dropping for no reason.
Bring him out. I think we start with Mike now. I think we start with Mike.
Guy. All right, cool. We got the official vote.
Give me one fantasy football must fade for next season and one must grab for next season. Each panelist only gets one. Go.
I got to go on the record in February. Shit.
I know. I'm ready for this one.
This
is early. We are going to bring this question. We're going to bring this up again, and we're going to get deeper into it. We're going to have different shows as the season approaches. That'll get it. We're just going to do one. Go, Mike.
Okay, I'm going on a different angle here. I am saying I will not be taking Javonte Williams because I think his price is just going to be too high. I'm speaking redraft.
Okay, there's your fade.
I think the hype is going to be just for the price. I don't want to pay that.
It will
You
be
can
Cam
talk it-
Akers-ian.
Yeah,
Melvin
do specify if you're
Gordon wants to
talking
come back.
redraft or dynasty. So right now you're on redraft. Keep on that path. So there's your fade. Who's your must grab for redraft right now? Like you're like
because of the price. I want J.K. Dobbins.
Damn
there
you.
we go. God damn!
It wasn't making
That's
it.
fire coming out of the gate.
That was a sexy take.
Fire coming out of the gate.
Well, I gotta find a new fade now.
Pat, are you going dynasty or redraft? What's your format? When we talking? Let's go.
I'm gonna go redraft.
Give me the fade.
I want to go with the who. Yeah, let's go fade. We're gonna fade from my Green Bay Packers, Aaron Jones.
Damn it.
Okay, we're fading Aaron Jones.
Because best case scenario is 2020 without injuries happening is 2021 Aaron Jones, which was good, not top 5 win your league Aaron Jones. AJ Dillon is here to stay. And that offense could look terrible if Rodgers isn't back. However, the odds right now for Aaron Rodgers returning and playing in Green Bay next year is at minus 400. I don't know if you guys have been following that.
He is favored. He's
heavily favored to stay in
returning?
Green Bay.
Yep. On DraftKings, he is favored.
Oh, yeah.
I had 3 really good names here, and I don't think they're all going to be said, but
give one.
I'm going to give one.
You have a whole offseason on this channel where you still get to drop jewels.
I'll say,
please don't.
Rashad Penny.
Ew.
Okay.
Isn't he a free agent?
I don't think those pennies.
I think
are
he
worth
is.
Yeah,
He is.
hit the market.
Z2.
He showed some bright spots at the end of the last year. I like what he can do. I think we'll see what he can actually be.
If John was still here, he would be just like, yes, look at that. That's his guy. He loves
Rashad. God. Oh Lord, please no. I know.
No.
Me and that fucker been friends for a long time, and since day one, since Pennies came in the league, he's like, yeah, this is gonna be a guy. He's gonna be a guy, Robbie. I'm telling you. I'm like, no.
He's been on that shit the whole ass time.
Z2.
I think I'm gonna fade Mike Evans in redraft. I mean, we don't know what's coming in. Brady retired. I know he's consistent. He's been the poster boy of consistency throughout his career, but just round 3 or 4, wherever he's going, I just don't want to touch it just because I don't know what quarterback he's going to be catching the ball from.
Not a big Kyle Trask guy. Is that not your?
He is a noodle for an arm, so no. I was going to say a Pittsburgh Steelers fade, but I don't want to.
Oh, not for this.
Go for it.
No, do it. Don't do it again.
I'm not going to do it again.
Z2, it's a mob scene after.
I'm not going to do it again.
Wow. Grab your torch and pitchforks type of assholes.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Who am I grabbing, though? See, I wanted to grab J.K. Dobbins, but Mike already said that.
Yeah, same.
Come on. You still got plenty of
That's a
hot
good pick,
takes. Like, there's a lot of takes you can go with.
I think I'm grabbing Mark Andrews as tight end 1.
Ooh.
Wow.
I like it.
I like it.
Okay, well, that actually fucking goes perfectly into my take. My fade is Lamar Jackson.
Really?
Yes.
I've been buying him.
I'm not buying him, bro.
The dynasty or redraft?
Dynasty.
Kind of both.
Okay.
Kind of. Or are you talking about J Love or me?
For you, Raji.
Oh, okay.
Kind of both, honestly. Career low in touchdown percentage. He was fourth highest in the league in sack rate. Fucking second highest in INT rate this year. I'm not with it. I'm not with it this year. And then also he had, I think, like 3 games where he passed for multiple touchdowns and 1 game where he scored on the ground, which was supposed to be the most dangerous part of his game, which he didn't really show out this year, right? So it might be a bit controversial, but I am fading Lamar Jackson. I'm not taking him as a top 4 or 5 quarterback this year, I don't think. I don't know. We'll see, though. And then my buy, I have 2. I still am kind of deciding between the 2.
You can only give one.
I know. That's why I'm trying to decide between the 2.
Please don't do it. Please don't do it.
Okay, see, I don't know who y'all are gonna pick. All right. So I could go with one that might be a bit more of a favorite, or one that's a bit more of a sleeper. But all right, we'll say Ramondre Stevenson. He's gonna be the backup to Damian Harris.
Okay.
He basically got blackballed. One sec, y'all. One sec.
Yes, I love that, Raj.
Okay, C2.
I already went.
You didn't.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right. Okay. So he basically got blackballed on the depth chart after a week 1 fumble, and then he got to play the last 7 weeks of the season and put up 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. So with him being a legitimate backup to Damian Harris for a full season, he could put up some numbers.
Man, I don't even know if he's the backup. If we're like by the end of the
year,
the
end of the year, he could be the starter.
Yeah. No, I mean by the end of this past year, even he and Harris were splitting like so close together that like it was. I mean, like I'm giving that take extra credit because it's like I wouldn't even say backup, dude. Like that ass, like it was really like they were running so close together that like it undermined the hell out of the early value a lot of managers got from Damian Harris. It was because he was that good that like I'm here for this. I'm here for this. This man, yes, Ramondre Stevenson. There we go.
Yes, sir.
I love that. Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah, Damian Harris is not too far from that too. Damian Harris is real nice. Like as a
he's good. He's very good. Yeah.
Even though he was higher than me on a day-to-day basis when him and I sat down for an interview. Yes, you're right. He's good.
Yeah.
Jeff, who do you have?
Okay. Oh God. So I'm not gonna say Rashad Penny because he would have been my fade for sure.
Well, you can still fade him.
Well, he was only said as a grab.
Wait. You can fade someone else's pick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to give someone. I want to give a new name. You know.
Well, he was someone else's. He was someone else's buy.
Yeah, he was someone's buy.
He was someone else's buy.
Fade Rashad Penny, everyone. Okay, continue.
I agree.
I'll say this. This is a deep get. And this isn't my official pick, but because Raj said Lamar Jackson, Tyler Huntley in Dynasty, you should try to get him as a stash. That's not my official pick. My official pick to acquire, you should. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Let me think about this. Here we go. Michael Pittman for the Colts.
The cash card is. So Michael Pittman's a must grab for you?
Must grab. He's continued his ascendance from his like progression from his second year, going into third year, yes. And he's going to be dynamic for that team, whatever the quarterback situation is going to be. I have a hard time believing that they're going to try to move on from Carson Wentz because I don't think anyone else is going to take him. But Michael Pittman, I think, is the grab for me. Plus, the price is nice because he's just falling for a little bit, almost in like the 5th, 6th. Almost in like 12, 14, if you're really lucky. But he's a nice, like, if you can get him as your complimentary piece, if you want to go early and get like a Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill real early for that. So Dynasty, redraft, whatever. I like Michael Pittman. Fade.
Okay.
Fade. Let's fade. I mean, it might be time to fade McLaurin a little bit.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're getting into some good shit.
I mean, I like it. I'm in. Shit.
I mean, listen, I believe in that offense. And that offense, the only way that team wins.
Are we fading him on condition because we don't know who his quarterback is going to be? And if what we said in the last segment comes true,
what if they get Sean Watson for Chase Young? Are you still in?
Yeah, I'm definitely not fucking fading no McLaurin. That's why I don't know. I can't say that honestly.
Is it not just based on his past production? Like he's basically settled as a mid wide receiver 2 at this point.
He's been dealing with some bad quarterbacks.
I'm not.
Of course he has. In the near future, especially next year, is that
if he gets Deshaun Watson, as his QB,
weren't you just saying you didn't want Deshaun Watson?
No, I didn't say that I didn't want him.
I swear you did.
I'm saying I said no. I don't want him for Chase Young.
Yeah.
If he
I don't
does,
know. It's just like
if that happens,
But when it's somebody like Marcus Mariota instead.
Okay, that's completely different. That's completely different.
No offense to Marcus if you're listening.
Yeah, just because I'm fading that take. I'm fading that take because we don't know what's going to happen with McLaurin. McLaurin has always been at least a 2.
The skepticism is fair, though. I mean,
it is. It's
very
fair.
Yeah. No, definitely fair skepticism. But like, what's a solid fade? Like, what's a solid fade that you're like, yeah, no, fuck this.
For myself.
Like, yeah, for yourself.
Yeah,
like, who are you like solid? Like, fuck that.
Oh God, I mean, you know, I just don't believe that.
Antonio
it's hard to get some production or even some value added back for Ezekiel Elliott right now.
Okay,
and you've already probably missed the window for that for Dynasty, but for redraft, that's kind of debatable. But Dynasty, that might be done.
Redraft, I think he's a faller. Redraft, I think he's a faller. Redraft, I think he's a faller.
And even he might be. It might. Who knows what is this? Talk about injury, and I'm personally like an injury prone. Like, hey, I'll take CMC. I'll take Barkley at his price right now.
Very good.
Just not. Maybe Zeke is just not the answer right now. Plus, talked about AJ Dillon. Tony Pollard is another running back that I love.
Pollard is sick right now. Like,
traded for him today.
That dude's got some fucking.
Herms, fade one. What's one guarantee? Fade, like absolute fucking like, yo, get the fuck away. One absolute go grab. Like,
the thing that I'm absolutely going to grab is another one of these. So come back. I will answer this question, but I was just going to simply inform you that I'm running low and I would like to have one of these. But after J-Love goes, the fridge is right upstairs. I will be right back. Hit up J-Love and I will bring you the answer, but do not besmirch the name of Rojo.
That's quite
So wait, all right. So J-Love, your fade, your fade and must have.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this from a redraft perspective.
Take your time.
Okay, I do want to preface this, and I do want to say this is not me saying I don't think he's going to have a good year. I think he will have a solid year. For what his ADP will be, I am not willing to pay it. Yep. My fade is going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Ooh.
Okay, keep it going.
Talk about a name.
Please pick my boy.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
The reason I do want the fade is because the wide receiver coach over in Detroit has talked about Quintez Cephas as their wide receiver 1, and he was him before he got hurt. And
shout out Quintez Cephas.
That is not my buy, but that is a name I do want to shout out because he was great last year. And I do think he is going to take that wide receiver 1 role that he had and had the snap count, had the route share of, and then Amon-Ra took that over after the injury.
Two shares. I got 2 shares.
I have him in. I'm in 13 dynasty leagues. I have him in 12 of them.
Wow.
So pay off. Please pay off.
Cephas or Amon-Ra?
Cephas.
Me and J Love are just like the Cephas fan club, bro.
I've been on him to see.
He was one of my big buys last offseason.
Hey, yo, the Ducks back.
My buy.
Quack, quack, quack.
We're here for this. Where are you?
It's between 2.
You only get 1.
I know it's so close though. I've actually got 3. I'm gonna go with the lowest out of the 3 that I think you'll get the lowest ADP and possibly has the highest ceiling because this coaching staff has looked so great that they're building over there this year. Matt Eberflus has put together a great staff for Justin Fields, but my buy high is Darnell Mooney because he's taking over the wide receiver 1 in that offense.
Oh yeah,
with Allen Robinson getting phased out, and then you have a 2 stepping in behind him. But if he gets that market share, he got the red zone targets. He had big games last year with Fields. And once Fields gets some consistency with that coaching staff going on over there, I love Darnell Mooney this year.
I don't really have a compelling argument for your fade. Like I thought that I did at first off of instinct. Then I was like, well, like fuck. I mean, with that offense and everything. What I'll say is when you hear someone like J Love or even myself, kind of second those notions surrounding an Amon-Ra.
And again, I think he's going to have a good year. I do want to say this again. I just don't think the ADP he's going to go at is going to be worth it.
And when you hear takes like this, and when you find people that are abiding by that same ideologies as what J Love and I are kind of seconding on Amon, go ahead and for you guys that are of that taste where you like that adversity, you like that controversy, that's your chance to buy. If you're a market volatility type of person, that's your opportune time. If you're an opportunist when it comes to trades and drafts during the offseason, Jayla brings up a very compelling point in terms of fading Amon for those of you guys that are looking to buy. So there's knowledge in that little nugget there that he dropped. And I did like what you said about who you're buying. Herms, your take though, fade, buy.
Man, there's a couple different ways that I could take it. So it's your show, so I'm gonna ask you. It's topical. It's rookie season or whatever. I got rookie like draft based takes if you want me to go that way, because I know people are studying up on the prospects. I know. I got
you can do whatever you want. Your take is your take.
Hell yeah.
If you want to do it off of it's you. Like if you want to.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. So it's just like, so for all you out there that are doing a lot of, taking into account, like, we got to get to know these rookies. You got to look into some film or whatever. Let Herm save you some time. If you're looking, for a heavy fade, for me, his name was mentioned earlier in the program. Wan'Dale Robinson is not somebody that I'm particularly interested in because, and like, look, honestly, here's the thing. We have been burned by trying to find a lot of these gadget guys, and it's coming back around again with the idea of just like the next Deebo Samuel. First of all, it's a fool's errand to identify a player like that who's already on an NFL
exactly
roster.
Yeah.
And if we are going to do that, then I mean, like Curtis Samuel already kind of did it, but he's already hurt, at least probably carrying over some sort of weird injury. Whatever, not the point. So,
By Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, so I don't hate that, actually. I do. I fucking love Curtis Samuel. He's a great player. But like, yeah, so it's like we're obsessed with this whole thing, and like we've been burned by guys.
Holly, if you ever want on, hit me up, DM me on Twitter, and I can get you on the show. You know.
So it's like, like players like Laviska Shenault, just like we like to look for these guys that like a versatile skill set. Can they do a little bit of that, a little bit of this? And it's like, I mean, I guess, but I'm just not really seeing it with trying to find that archetype. And also with Wan'Dale Robinson listed at 5'11", sure, but I'm pretty sure that dude's like 5'6", 5'7".
Oh, yeah, he's very short.
Yeah, and like a converted running back. I mean, like, it's cool that he has a diverse skill set, but when we look forward to his ability to do some of the shit at the next level, I truly just don't see it in terms of like thinking he's going to be this transcendent, just code breaker that's going to do crazy shit. He could be a good NFL player, but for the people that I think are looking for somebody to come in and just be the cheat code, I don't think Wan'Dale Robinson's going to be that guy. And his ADP early in some rookie mocks that I've done, I'm not loving it. We're going to have to see that drop for me to be interested. But as far as the buys go, and like the player you want to go out and grab, and I've been seeing a lot of this, I'm trying to narrow it down to a couple different people, but I'm gonna go with the guy that I've been riding with a lot longer because I dive very deep into the running back class every year.
That's my Twitter profile.
There it is.
You type my Twitter profile.
Yeah,
there it is.
I dive deep into the rookie running backs every year. It's the thing I love doing the most. And honestly, my favorite guy is Pierre Strong Jr. out of South Dakota State. I mean, honestly, like this guy, I'm telling you, playing at it's just he didn't play at like the super high level. But if you watch him, and also if you go back and look at what he was able to produce in the East-West Shrine Bowl, I know a lot of people like to look at the Senior Bowl, do all that stuff. The East-West Shrine Bowl is still a very good prospect showcase. It's worthy of all the considerations. There's one play in particular where he just absolutely took it to the house. It was amazing. But if you look back, and it's a little harder to find that small school tape on some of these guys, but you look, he has the presence of mind and the bag full of tricks to keep things going and keep things open. Also, he has a natural enough receiving acumen. I think his receiving mechanics are good to the point where he can do all of those things to be able to have that 3-down skill set that you're desiring out of some of these guys. So when we're seeing people, taking these, early draft picks with like an Isaiah Spiller, who a lot of people who have very high, but it's just like, for me, I find his receiving mechanics to be a little bit awkward, but in terms of pure running, he's a very talented player. Like there are good guys in this class. There's not an elite group where we're not going to get a Jonathan Taylor out of this group. We're not going to get an Najee Harris out of this group. But the thing that the running back class has is a lot of really solid contributors who maybe even if they only max out as like a quality RB2, you're still going to want those guys on your team. And Pierre Strong is buried in Sleeper's ADP. Barry, you have to look for his name.
Herms,
999.
100%. And Herms, I want to add one more running back to that list, and I'm going to say Sincere McCormick is a great.
He's nice. He's nice.
As a pure runner, Sincere McCormick can be a great just first and second down back.
He's
like
a
a pure
bowling
north-south
ball, yeah.
runner. Look out for Sincere McCormick to be a great day 3 pick, possible UDFA that you will see get added to a roster and can move up, especially late in the season. If you play best ball, I would like that as a late round stash.
Shout out Damian Pierce out of Florida.
Robbie, why do you have me on this show?
Shout out.
What the
Like
fuck?
these guys,
Right, bro.
these guys are like geniuses down here, and I'm just like, what?
Herms, look in the private chat and you'll see who I thought you were taking.
You realize I've worked
honestly
with these
thought-
fuckers for like.
People know how I feel about him.
That's why I said. That's why I thought you were
Yeah.
going there.
Hey, look,
I've worked with
They already
J-Lo
know.
since 2018, so
4
this
years?
channel
4
started. Yeah, I've worked with J-Lo since like 2018. So yeah,
I was a
like,
youth.
this channel
I was-
started. Yeah,
I was 16.
Holly, nothing that we do is ever men's only. We literally have.
Isn't your Twitter now Rumboyz R? 'Cause
Yeah.
It is
Rumboyz
Rumboyz
Robbie-
R, I
Yeah,
thought, yeah.
Rumboyz Robbie.
Rumboyz Robbie, Rumboyz
caught the
R,
boot.
same thing.
Rumboyz Robbie caught the boot.
Yeah, but no, Rumboyz Net caught the boot.
Ah,
Oh,
you're
it was
right.
Rumboyz Net.
You right.
But no, like we have Maddie that pulls up at times and shit. Like so yeah, it's never them types of vibes. So you can't even put that on us. You dig? Let's get into the last take of the night so we can wrap up the show. I want to go rapid fire. Literally, you don't have to pick the worst of the worst teams, okay? But what team do you think makes the best improvement from worst to first, quote unquote? We
Okay.
saw the Bengals do it this previous season. Throw out a pick this year around the horn. J-Love, go.
Okay, I might catch some flack for this because it's very dependent on what they do in this first round. They have a lot of picks in the first round. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles out of the NFC East.
I love that.
If you look at it, they have the pieces to have a good defense.
Don't give too much. Remember, you're going
I
to be
won't.
on for draft day.
I got you. They have the pieces to solidify a defense. They have a good offensive line. The only question is, will Jalen Hurts take that jump to propel this offense?
Detroit Lions with a
Yeah,
double
ooh,
high. Okay.
Give me Philly.
Only one way to go but up with them.
Exactly.
Max.
Thank you.
Although they
Holly.
were a playoff team.
Yes, fair. That's fair.
It's hard to remember that, but yeah.
Yes, very fair. But yes, I love that, J-Love. That is amazing. Eagles, they have all the pieces right there. But,
It's contingent on Jalen Hurts. That's what this next
Absolutely.
season will be.
Yep.
I like that pick. Actually, there's just so many question marks. I feel like the players, not themselves, but the coaching staff, are playing checkers with the personnel that they have when that personnel is really ready to step up and play chess. So it's like you said, it's dependent on Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is going to step up this year and really take the opportunity to call plays under center, make the audibles at the line, make the adjustments.
I hope he proves me wrong because I am not high on Jalen Hurts.
I think that you're going to see whether they succeed or they fail. I think you're going to see Jalen Hurts kind of say "fuck Sirianni."
Yeah,
and that's what I think that is going to happen. Where they fail or succeed, I think that's happening irregardless.
Yeah, I don't know when the shift was, but at some point Sirianni went from he should get fired this first year to coach of the year. And I don't know when that happened.
I like that bet.
But it was a very weird shift that happened at some point. I don't know.
It happened
where
when he
that narrative
figured
came.
out that running the ball was important.
Yeah, and they never did it. And then, yeah,
Herman,
they never did it.
Who do you have? Who do you have?
Okay, like, so this ain't my pick officially, but I just want to honorable mention how good Davis Mills was to close the year. I don't think the Houston Texans are going to turn it around immediately, but like that cat's pretty good. Okay, he's good at throwing the football.
Did you like? I get that I just got shipped a new phone. Did you peek into next week's show sheet?
No, I'm just saying, dude. Like,
Stay tuned.
Davis Mills is good. Like,
he didn't even get this week's. How would he peak at next week's?
It's still next week's is under the rug, guys.
Stay tuned. But to Herm sentiment, stay tuned next week. We are discussing second year quarterbacks for next year and what the impact will be. So stay tuned for next week. Rumboyz After Dark, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Herms, continue.
Well, shit, I feel bad because my actual answer was another second-year quarterback.
Oh shit!
You know, can I do it anyway?
Okay, no, yeah. You run with it.
Okay.
We'll get you on the show next week and we can go deeper.
All right. So basically, looking at it this way, so I'll keep it a little later. A lot of people have been talking about this a lot recently, but I've been all wax talking about this for weeks. On my podcast, The Lateral Show, at The Lateral FF on Twitter. Please subscribe on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Maddie's gonna be on the show.
We were gonna record tonight, but her power went out because of the ice storm. I feel so bad.
Yeah, they got hit again.
Yeah,
and my state's getting hot. Let's go.
But anyway, so one of the things that makes it really hard for a team to be good is if you're not running a shit ton of offensive plays. The Jacksonville Jaguars were toward the very, very bottom of that list in 2021. The functionality of Urban Meyer's offense was absolutely atrocious. Bringing in, it even piggybacks off of what J-Lo was saying, the guy who was formerly in charge of the Eagles. During his tenure as the Eagles head coach, Doug Peterson ran an offense that was top 10 in plays run like every year he was there. So like, regardless of how much you want to question the success of like what happened was they won a Super Bowl, but like by the end, I get, things got a little wonky. I understand why they parted ways and, he ended up moving on, but bringing in somebody like Doug Peterson who actually knows how to run an NFL offense and can actually like not, verbally abuse and kick players, unlike Urban Meyer.
Holy shit.
I feel like that's going to be a very good environment for Trevor Lawrence to be able to walk into. So it's like, yes, I understand. Like there's still some questions about the weapons around him. Like, what's DJ Chark going to look like coming back? I don't know. Laviska Shenault, are we going to see this stepping forward? I thought everybody talked about just like, the Liz Frank, it's a very concerning injury. It's like we said the same thing about Chris Carson when he had that injury a few years ago. A lot of people had similar concerns about Deebo Samuel as well. And look at how being concerned about that aged. It's an injury that recent history has shown you can come back from. It takes a little while to start, but at a certain point, you'll get the ball rolling. Dude, that Jaguars offense is going to be super good. I don't know if they're going to win that division. I wouldn't bet on it, but the Jaguars are going to be very, very much improved next year with Doug Peterson.
I am like so happy that the comedic chops, like since the last time you've been on air, have like, bro, that joke was fucking vicious. That punchline was a fucking right hook. God damn.
I was doing improv comedy before I did fantasy football analysis. I'm good.
But here's the thing. So like for those that don't know, the way that I actually like got really good and I got good at fantasy football was it was this analyst by Dane Spittin' Speeds. Spittin' Speeds had this way of freestyling fantasy football takes while he was doing his radio show. For those that remember the FNTSY days, you'll understand what I'm saying. And he would also throw in like jokes and like puns and shit. And seeing him and the Damian Parsons and shit, it was a one and only show realistically in the industry at the time that one was independent, two that also had like representation from multiple different personalities. And like, see, like Hearns, when you just throw a fucking gut hook, like a gut check like that, when it's like, here's the punchline, hack, like, dude, that shit reminds me of them. Like that's classic. Like it's classic. It's that Caliendo, that Frank Caliendo shit. Yeah. Like,
there's a reason they pay me the big bucks, folks. I'm telling you.
I like the way that you approach that, Jeff. What do you got here, man? What is your team that's gonna like, kind of like go from first to worst?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Let's go with the team. Yeah. You know what? Let's go with the team that had the worst type of season for a team that could ever have have one.
Oh God.
Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, you did not just do that. You just made our whole betting our whole betting fan base just fucking went nuts. Okay, continue.
Las Vegas Raiders are going to transform into a team that is going to be serviceable to compete, at least in that division. Questionable division right now. I mean, the leader, obviously, we know the leader there, Mike. We know the leader up there.
Yep.
So that's all you got to do is slay the king there. That's it. So, and we've seen that
Broncos.
That team. And sorry, Mike, but the Chiefs looked a little tired towards the end of the year. They've run it back and again and again, and there were a lot of miles that were on Mahomes.
Didn't they have the hardest schedule in the NFL last year?
And everything. So I think like the Raiders have an opportunity to jump in.
I felt this,
and
but
really
I almost
be
like this better.
A team that just comes back into competition. Derek Carr is going to come back there. If they have any brains, they'll get Derek Carr back.
They are. That was a report that came out.
Fantasy viable, both redraft and dynasty, and in real life in regards to the NFL.
Jeff, how much
Very
did Vegas
viable.
pay you? How much did Vegas pay you for that fucking take?
Listen, there's some sponsors going to be taking place right in this space, so don't worry about it. But no,
Jeff, brought to you by MGM. There you go.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, let's go. JB Smooth will be showing up here shortly. Listen, Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, put some respect on this man's name. Okay, he's a good.
You brought up a Rumboyz rookie. I love.
They're
it.
finally giving him the receiving work too. We've been talking about it. It's
the
finally
all around
happening.
work. The work that Antonio Gibson gets is what Josh Jacobs is getting. You want to get that volume play for fantasy? Go to those running backs. Antonio Gibson, Josh Jacobs, Najee Harris. We know it's all volume. They're going to get it. And
shout out Gibby.
Holly, really quick. The reason why we haven't tweeted or spoke about the situation because we do not have a clear story on this. When we do have more information, maybe it'll end up on next week's show sheet. We'll open up more.
Look.
We need a 4-hour show for me on that one.
Well, no. Mike, it's not just you. Mike, you know just as well as I do. We do have a few.
Oh, I know.
We do have a few connections within that organization. So we have to approach the way that we approach certain stories with that.
No. All I meant was when this does get brought up, it needs to be a 4-hour show because I will have.
You're just not gonna stop talking, bro. On full screen, he's just gonna keep going.
But no. When
talking about the Chiefs,
when we're allowed to go into more details about that specific team, I purposely did not write anything about that specific team. When we're allowed to go more in depth. We will, but I do appreciate you bringing that up. I do appreciate you applying that pressure on us. We just want to,
Shout out J. Cole.
Shout out J. Cole.
Shout out Adam Schefter making up sources.
But no, for real. No sources have been.
I thought about it. It just makes sense.
Article. No, there is definitely a little bit. By the way, Mahinmi fucking going back to being an OC there when everyone expected him to be a head coach.
He's guaranteed the Chiefs job. Can we just acknowledge that?
We know that he's guaranteed the Chiefs job. We know that, but that kind of going back to our whole Brian Flores conversation, that kind of adds more layers to it, where it's like, how the fuck has no one thrown the bag at this man yet?
They have. I feel like we just don't know about it.
Yeah, I feel like
they have.
Offered him money.
I don't feel like there's been a big enough bag, bro.
Okay. Here's the thing: if you're Eric Bieniemy sitting in that office right now, you either can wait a few years, let Andy Reid walk, and you have one of the most, if not the most talented quarterback in NFL history on your side, or do you want to take a job from Denver?
So J-Love, are you saying that Bieniemy would take over the class project that he's already been getting an A on?
Yes.
And just keep getting an A?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yes. Yes.
J Love loves.
I love that. I love that. I love that perspective. Honestly, no. I love that perspective because remember, 2000. I think it was like, I want to say it was like
2019.
2019. Yeah, 2019 when I made that. Remember when I made that take about Jay Gruden?
Yeah.
It's the same take, isn't it? It's the same thing.
Yeah, I was trying to be quiet and not say anything, but I have to say one thing about this topic.
No, Mike, it's your team. I mean, you might as well bring it up. Like,
no, but to Jay's point, I think that is one of the reasons Mike Kafka left to go be the OC for Brian Dable, because Kafka was promised the Kafka was promised the OC job when Bieniemy got a head coach. And so because he never left, I think there's inside people that know that Reed's only going to be there a couple years and Bieniemy could step in, and that's why Kafka decided to leave now.
I look.
Does Reed leave once they win a Super Bowl?
It's hold on. It's super compelling. It's super compelling.
No, it's common sense.
Goes out on top.
It's
I
not
want
even
Jeff to
compelling,
tell me
it's
about
common
Darren Waller.
sense. Think about how many interviews
Darren
he's
Waller.
had. He's had what, 8, 9 interviews over the past 3 years, if not more. Why would
Still
you turn
Station,
down?
I'm gonna give my
offer?
takes. I'm gonna give my March 5th takes next week. That is happening next week on next week's show.
Please let me be on that show because I want to talk MMA.
well, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk cash shit on MMA next week. Or hold on, let me check the calendar.
Islam first round sub tomorrow.
Book
it.
You know what? Fuck yeah. Why not?
No,
take that bet.
so
I'll take
Friday
it.
night. Hold on, really quick. Next week we do have a lot of talk happening. Next week we have a lot of rookie talk, a lot of dynasty talk, a lot of combine talk. We do have a lot of we do have a lot of UFC talk coming up next week as well. March Madness is happening. I am going to make sure that I am going to break out the sickest of the sickest, the wickedest of the wickedest betting minds to help out DJ Nation. Next week, we're doing a special DJ Nation special. We're going to talk fantasy football. We're going to talk NFL draft. We're going to talk combine. We're going to talk UFC. We're going to talk college basketball. We're going to wrap it into one show. Jeff,
a great show.
Who do you have, though, first to worst next year?
He said the Raiders. Said the Raiders.
Oh, he said the Raiders. All right, that's right.
I
That's
was
right.
loving the
Herms.
take.
Herms.
I was loving. Oh, well, we're
Other way around.
going the opposite way. Other way.
Go, Raj.
Thank you.
No, it's Raj. Fuck, it's Raj. God damn.
You're good.
I've been
okay.
drinking. I've
Say
been
the Steelers,
drinking.
I'm gonna kill you.
No, I'm not saying Steelers.
Well,
I'm
everybody
taking.
knows that's the answer. So I mean,
It's the right answer.
we don't
but
need to say it. We don't.
for the sake of the show. For the sake of the show, I'm gonna give my second team. That's the Denver Broncos. I think if they can secure a quarterback, they're a top 5 team. Like their roster is so damn talented. Give them a quarterback and they are set. They are
Raj,
they are up there.
Raj, are you trying to make?
Yes. I don't know what your question is, but yes.
You're trying to make the citizens of Denver pull up to my house. Thank you.
Me too. If you say Chargers, we just get the entire AFC West going.
No, seriously though.
Hey Raj,
This is the AFC.
I agree with Herms. I mean, I agree with Raj.
Hey, come on, I had a good.
Wait, Mike, are you really doing that?
That's not my pick, but I'm gonna say I still think that Aaron Rodgers is a Denver Bronco, and if that happens, I agree with Raj.
Okay, but that's not your take when we get to your turn.
No,
right?
it's not. No. You should
Okay.
agree. Wait,
Right,
Jordan, what were you about to say?
Z2, no,
Jordan was about to say something.
No. Toby, what do you got?
Oh, I do have some breaking news. I got Autumn to finally join a fantasy football league this year for her first time.
It wasn't one of mine.
But no, this upcoming year.
That rules.
But my pick is
I want your hat.
My pick is a healthy Baltimore Ravens team.
Oh,
that was my pick.
Whoa.
Any team healthy could be a playoff contender.
Baltimore, you and me.
Yeah. The Texans were pretty healthy this year, right?
Yes. Hey, yo, shut up. You know what the fuck I mean. Shut up.
No, hey, bro.
I know. That's coming from a Browns fan saying the Ravens.
No. Hold on. From a film standpoint, right? All right. At this state right now, we're just doing bold prediction shit. When we talk about like whose playbook makes you the most kinky, like like when you are watching film, you're like, damn,
Josh
I want
McCown.
someone. I
Mike
want someone to.
McDaniel. Why was that a showstopper? Did you see what he did with Debo? I mean, that was pretty kinky. Okay, fine. You know what?
Hey,
Whatever.
It's funny. No, it's funny.
Answer.
Hold on. It's funny because it's the only show. It's the only show. This is the only show
That people
where
understand what you're talking about.
exactly. So the fact that people got it and like that like it caught me off guard and it was like holy shit. Like I made the same joke for a whole season. Like people are like,
Yeah, it's like my other team that I was going to take was the Dolphins because of that same show.
wait.
Okay.
Let me hang on. Herms, we have a whole off season.
I'm sorry.
Look, I gotta say it. Like, look, there's a lot of offenses that are gonna have a lot of sexy shit going on, but one offense that's gonna remain consistently sexy, like Lamar Jackson in that offense, like it's the hot chick entering their junior year right now. Like they're not even at their full potential. I feel like
They still need to fire their OC.
And
Their
Ross
OC
is
needs
gonna
to go.
fade you.
yeah, well, fuck. All right, bro. Roman is a different. All right, I'm not getting on that. All right, I'm just enjoying what it is of how it is right now.
I'm just saying, if you're talking about a sexy offense,
No.
garbage defense with a garbage offensive
Well,
coordinator.
Can we not look? If there's anyone with the bullshit pieces, especially at OC, to make J Love happy, I know Connor Burke is sitting back somewhere like at this 2 hour 51 minute mark. That's what I needed to hear.
I'll text him right now.
Lamar will make it fucking happen for Baltimore. So I love the Lamar call out.
Antonio Brown's going to Baltimore because he sucks.
Dude, he's so going to fucking Baltimore. He's so going to Baltimore, dude. He's so my.
Because he sucks.
Wait, who's
They've
going to
already
Baltimore?
publicly rejected that a couple times.
Right?
Like, I mean, I
Wait.
don't know that it's just going to change.
Who's
now.
going to
It's,
Baltimore?
I think it's gonna happen. I think it's kinky AF that it's gonna happen. If not, then he's gonna end up in the DMV, bro. Like if we land Deshaun, then we're gonna be like, all right, let's get a bunch of felons.
Just become the Bengals or the old Bengals, but just put them in the NFC. You know what I mean? It's kind of sure, why not? It could work. I've heard worse ideas.
AB's gonna be a commander.
Ew.
Along with Deshaun Watson.
Ew.
Along with we're just gonna accept all the content.
Hey, Robbie, do me a favor. Mute yourself real quick. Like, please.
Bro.
We don't want to hear that.
It's the funny. Wouldn't it be the most funniest but / ironic shit? Like it's funny because it could be true. Like it's funny
could
because
totally happen.
Hearn's like no, like smiley face, but no, like it's funny because it could be true. Like
Snyder's only going to get Watson so they can argue who's the biggest creepo.
I fucking hate Schneider. Big Daddy Bezos, bail us out, please. I'm just praying for the day that Bezos buys us out.
Yeah, because Bezos is so much better. Okay.
Yo.
Well, Bezos is not better, but if I could get all right. So did you hear about Byron? For those that don't know who Byron Edwards is, Byron Edwards is the CEO of BET.
You remember?
Take a look at the chat.
Hold on,
Robbie?
I'm about to get to that. Byron Edwards is the CEO of BET. If Byron Edwards could buy us out instead of Denver, I'd be happy. Hey, new member.
Oh,
hey,
let's pour up a shot. Hold on. Let's pour up a shot. Holly, we appreciate you because for real, like any and all support that comes through, we're completely unfiltered. We say what we want to say. We do what we want.
We do.
When we get support.
We do.
We do that.
I never knew.
an instrument.
I never knew that was in the job description. No, but for real, we appreciate any and all support. It means a lot to us. So, fuck, like,
shout out.
If you just so you know, with your subscription, you do get discount codes in the merch store. You are going to receive all of our daily props, all of our daily bets, all of our daily parlays. All of our daily bets are going to be in the Discord chat. So we hook you up with that. We're going to show you love. We're going to show you love. We're going to hook you up with a lot of props for your community subscription, and we thank you for being a pirate. Thank you. Cheers to me.
yes.
Cheers to you. All the Rumble Boys and girls. What it do? Dilly. Who do we have left to go?
Pat and Mike.
Pat and Mike.
Pat.
All right. Shout out to our new member Holly for this one. She mentioned mine, but thankfully no one talked about it in her previous donation. Detroit Lions.
Oh, really?
They had.
I wanted to say it, but I
They had
didn't want to.
6.5.
Wait till you hear about Holy Rum.
No. Oh no.
They have 6.5 losses, 6 losses, and a tie. They were all by 4 points or less last year, with a roster that was
Had no business being good.
pitiful. Is that fair? Pitiful to call that roster
Yeah,
by NFL standards?
Okay,
Yes.
if they're pitiful, what was Houston? If they're pitiful, what was Houston?
My morning shit.
Whoa!
Nice.
So there's 7 games on that.
By the way, that's my little brother who made that joke.
There are 7 games they could have won this last year.
I agree.
I think they continue to get buy-in. I think Dan Campbell improves as a head coach. He made a few stupid mistakes during the year, but I think he gets rid of those kinks. He figures it out. I think the Lions win at least 9 games next year.
What? So you really made a Lions take? Like you really brought a Lions take?
Depending on what they do at quarterback, if Goff improves and looks okay,
Robbie,
that team can win 9 games.
Go ahead, J-Love, go for it.
They've got an easy schedule.
So one thing I do say, and I've said this to everybody, and if you've listened to me, and if you checked the group chat recently for anybody in here, the Lions are heavily rumored to be taking Malik Willis or entertaining the idea of Malik Willis at 2nd overall.
We don't get rid of kinks. We do not kink shame. We do not kink shame.
That's interesting.
I do want to let you know, someone that keeps his eye fully on the draft all year round. I'm hearing that from both league circles. I'm hearing that from insiders. I'm hearing that from even some coaches that were working the Senior Bowl that were reportedly enamored with Malik Willis and how he interviewed.
Yes.
They love him. And they are not willing. And in the NFL, we know this. We see quarterbacks go higher than expected every year because you don't wait on quarterbacks. If you like a prospect, you take him.
You take
I'm
them.
just saying, if he goes 2nd overall in the draft, do not be surprised.
Can I ask J-Love a question?
What's up?
I've heard rumblings about the fact that the Jaguars may be interested in taking Evan Neal, number 1
I've heard that
overall.
I've heard that.
Okay, so my take on that is it makes a ton of sense. However, I could see them take a different tackle at 1st overall.
Like Cross or something?
They had the best playbook. Hold on. They had
go-
the best playbook, but not the personnel to pull it off.
I would say this.
Yeah.
Anthony Lynn's in San Francisco now, too, so we don't really know what that offense is.
Where the Jags are sitting right now, I would prefer a trade back because the players that they are targeting are one of Evan Neal or Ike Ekwonu. And if they can trade back, they're taking a tackle. The only team in the top 5 that would be looking to take a tackle would be the Giants. And if you can trade back, maybe you can entice in some manner the Jets to come up if you want a team to trade up for a quarterback. If you can play your cards right and maybe say, hey, we want one of these edge rushers. If you want them, come get them.
Yeah.
Try and trade back, pick up value, because if you don't take him at 1, you have to realize if they don't take one at 1, all these mocks shift and then one of those tackles will fall. Personally, if you want upside, Evan Neal is a great athletic monster. Ike Ekwonu, also an athletic monster. One of them is a more run blocking prowess. The other, a little bit more geared towards pass blocking. It's preference. Is what it is.
Hold on. As long as J Love is spitting this shit
One of the
right
best
now.
in the biz right
hold
there.
on. As long as J Love is spitting this shit right now, this is a season where, especially for premium members. So for premium members, like this is what you really do buy the $6.99 for. This is really why you become a premium member. We are going to be going over all of our prospects with film included. When you do get a Rumboyz premium subscription during the off season,
I got the notebook right here.
Yeah, hold on, J Love. I'm gonna put you on. Hold on, J Love. I'm gonna put you on big screen really quick. You have J Love's big book.
Yeah,
hold on, J Love. Hold up your big book.
That fresh back to school. Can't wait.
And then also in combination with J Love's big book,
Oh wait, don't think that's it. I got number 2.
You also end up with my red book. The red book is all exclusive. It's kinky as fuck. I get into all of my receivers and all my running backs. So I give you everything, every stat, every breakdown, all their weight room shit. It happens on our live streams. So we're gonna break it all down for you guys on
Not
film.
the Jif peanut butter.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm not stuck in the past. I use something called Microsoft Word.
So here's my thing. I loved using Drive and everything like that to keep everything very easily accessible. I just wanted to go back to my roots this year. I felt like I was doing better work when I was pen to paper. Just me.
Pen to paper. I do get better work. When I do shit in spreadsheets and all that other shit, and I try and put together like algorithms. No, fuck that. Writing shit down, pen to paper is my best scouting technique. Me watching film, the players that I get to interview, the players that send me film. Shannon Brooks next Thursday, Z2. I got to get you all the graphics for that.
I was about to say I just make pictures. I don't have a book.
Yeah. But Shannon Brooks next year, Shannon, we're gonna link you to an NFL team, bro. We're gonna take that interview next Thursday. We're gonna have fire graphics. We're gonna, you've already sent me film. We're gonna get you connected with the team. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that interview next week. Literally, we're back to doing interviews. We're back to getting players on the network. We're back to fucking, connecting guys with teams, drafted, undrafted, you name it. We're back to doing our shit. So get ready.
An anti shout out to Justin Jackson. It's the opposite. Robbie.
All right, Justin, you can rectify this shit. Just so that you know, Justin knows Justin Jackson. Justin, you know who we're talking about. Everyone knows who we're talking about. Those who follow us for a long time.
Yeah.
J Love is right. You can rectify this. He's not wrong for calling you out.
Oh no, I'm definitely right.
I still want to sit down and talk. I'm still down to interview. Who else do we have to go? First to worst, what do we got?
Mike.
So
this better be good. You've had like an hour to decide on.
No, because everything I've been wanting to say has been taken. No,
I had the Steelers. Just take the long.
No, because I was gonna go the Ravens, and then I was gonna go Denver. But I am going to go if they can figure out the quarterback situation, because the division is kind of shitty. I am going Carolina Panthers.
Ew.
Oh,
it's a good time for them to pick. Yeah.
Bro, there is no channel that is calling that. There is no channel that's pulling that punch. There is no channel. Fucking search YouTube. Search YouTube. Search someone that is not a fucking Panthers fan that just put that.
I mean, look at how good that secondary already is.
That defense, the defense in general, it's disgusting. The coaching.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
the coaching.
That just went.
J.C. Horn, fucking Jeremy Chin, bringing in Henderson over.
I'm willing to put $5 to $10 on that bet right now. Yo, that's a bet. That's a bet. God damn.
Y'all want to hear something crazy?
What's
Last year, in 3 games, J.C. Horn was targeted 16 times in those 3 games. He gave up 3 catches for 8 yards.
Hey, J Love. Hold on, J Love. Remember last year? Remember you and I? We're in the film session. We're like, yo, this motherfucker's nasty. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker, he's so rangy. He covers everything, and like we it's very rare. So for those who don't know, during scouting season, shit.
Yeah, waiting for y'all to notice. Shit.
I'm spiking the ball for this one. No.
I will do shots of recalled baby formula.
You ready?
Do it. Please do.
You ready?
This is water, but
you
I'm
have a
gonna
drink, bro.
shit out of it now.
That's the 50.
Goddamn, Mike. Goddamn, Mike.
That boy Robbie getting
Somebody
booted.
broke. Look, that super sticker just broke
Guess I'm
Robbie.
Terminator.
That fucking shattered the internet connection. I mean, damn.
Robbie is in a pirate cove somewhere far, far away now.
Welcome to the Matrix.
Oh my lord.
This is like halftime all over again.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh man.
He's probably doing a shoey right now, and we don't even fucking know it.
Oh,
He's
All right,
doing it.
So, on
Watch him
Mike's-
be.
on Mike's
Imagine he's
last
doing a
point,
shoey.
Carolina Panthers are at
6
plus 450 to win their division.
Wow.
Yeah, because everyone else in there is garbage.
I know.
Yeah,
that
it's
entire
pretty
division
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm a betting man, I would take Atlanta to win that division. I'm not even kidding.
at plus 500.
I would take Atlanta.
I would take the
They've
Saints.
got a lot going. It's such a tricky division because I mean, like
The Saints are gonna make hella cuts in the next few
You
weeks.
see that?
Oh, yeah.
You see the cap
Yeah.
hit that Matty Ice is? He's the
Yeah,
largest. Like,
oh
cap
my
hit.
god, dude, it's insane.
One thing that kind of makes me
And
reserve
Carson
off
Wentz
is-
is 0, by the way.
Yeah. One thing I do want to say about the Panthers is they are not off to a great start this year, giving Ian Thomas 3 years, 16 mil. Not a great
Why?
start. I will say that the
He's a man
contract is
out here
the
living his best life. I'm happy. for
the
him.
contract is
Yeah,
not as
fair.
bad as a lot of people will think.
Happy for him.
He did get a $8.5 million signing bonus, so it is only 3 years, $8 million. That's all it is.
It's not nearly as bad.
2.6 a year sounds a lot better than 5.5.
Mm,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
that's fair.
Also,
He's
for
out
you
here living
Steelers
his
fans, if you guys think you guys are getting a quarterback, but anything,
Alrighty, hold on.
division,
There
plus
we go.
250.
There he is.
He's back.
Hold on. The Russians fucking hacked our signal. That's what
Uh-oh.
happened.
Uh-oh.
Hey, by the
Did
way,
Holly just give us a bunch of rubles?
yo, Holly's hooked us up. She said bong and shot for this one. All right. Oh shit.
You gotta do a shoey. Do it.
I don't have the
$50
proper
donut.
ingredients to do a shoey.
You don't have a shoe? I know you got the. I know you got the blues. I know you got the.
Hey,
I'm
Robbie,
not.
hey, Robbie,
I don't.
Robbie, where those 11s at that I saw on Snap the other day?
Hey,
Where
there
those
you go.
11s at you did one out the other day? I saw you
The
do it on
shoe-
Snap the
hold
other
on,
day.
here's the thing. No, it would be an injustice to the shoe. It'd be an injustice to the alcohol because the shoe would just absorb the alcohol. Beer, it resists it. Here, I will load some weed just for this. I'm gonna take the shot first. For the $50 dono. I'm not a Russian, promise.
That sounds like something a Russian would say.
You beat me. You beat me.
I just made a joke. It was pure comedy. Shoe shot. Oh fuck.
You're screwed.
Let me do this regular one first. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna do a shoe
I'll call
shot.
I'll call C Yard up right now.
Fuck you. I'm trying to. Oh fuck! I gotta grind up more weed.
Uh-oh.
That sounds like a personal problem.
This show's already 3 hours long.
I know. Doesn't someone have to fucking give a take? All right, I'm gonna
No,
do the
we're
shot.
done, bro.
Nah, dude, that was it.
We're waiting on you.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Let me grab this shoe.
All right, teams that are going to go from first to worst. Let's go around.
Worst to last.
The Pittsburgh
Best to
Steelers.
last.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we're
There
gonna
it is. Yes.
All right,
Nice.
wait. Am I doing this shoey? Am I doing this?
Yeah, you're up. You're up, Robbie, for sure.
It's your
All
show. I don't know.
Hold on. Should I do this shoey with just straight liquor or a mixed drink?
Liquor.
Liquor.
Liquor. I barely even know her.
All right.
Whatever gets us into freestyling post show faster. That's
Fuck yeah. I agree.
Here we go. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. Here's a Jordan 11 and a shot of rum fresh out of the shoe. Holly, this is for you.
this man's really about to do this. Shit.
Again. He did it again.
Again.
I've never done a shot out of a shoe.
You drink
All that,
wow.
all that shoe stank just like mixing in with the booze.
Wow.
Oh my
Fire.
fucking lord!
So that's a mixed drink right there if I've ever
You
seen
better
it.
throw
Look,
up.
I
You
love
better
my
throw up.
followers, but I
You
don't
better
know if
throw
I
up.
would.
You don't have to worry about warts there.
Woo!
Alcohol will burn it out. What the fuck is this?
You know what? And he's probably like, man,
What
I
is
literally wish I
happening?
would have taken that
I
leaf
don't-
out of there.
Oh, man.
Alright. I need to. All right.
You can tell we're in the off season.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm done.
No.
This is why I love this man.
This might-
Shout out Robbie. Shout out Robbie.
Shout out Holly, man. Fuck.
We did
Oh, yeah,
this
for
all.
real. Thank you. That $50 was
we-
worth it.
Wild.
Oh God damn it! I tasted it in my nose.
What?
Jesus Christ.
That was 10 times worse than doing a beer out of a shoey. So I'll always do a beer out of a shoey. That's the last time I'll ever do a shot out of a shoey.
Tequila?
Probably a good call.
No, that was rum. That was rum.
I mean, you have to put your foot down somewhere. You know, you have to. That was a good joke. Damn it! Come on.
I like.
All right, fine,
that was-
okay.
Oh,
They don't always
the
land.
shoe.
They don't always land.
I'm trying to get the-
I had to catch
It's
up.
fine. It's fine. No, I tried.
Terms, I had to catch up
Yeah,
on that one.
yeah.
Autumn.
Autumn. It was that was fucked. That was
Probably not.
that was the most demented thing I think I've ever done on this show.
Guys, if he
I-
donos enough, we'll make him drink a Cosmo out of his shoe.
There we
Fuck
go.
you.
All
Make
right.
it happen.
$100, you get a full mixed drink out of Robbie's show.
Yes.
Yo, no.
Oh my
He's
God.
gonna sniff it throughout the entire.
I'm
Hey,
getting my
hey,
phone.
hey,
I'm getting my
or,
phone.
or,
Use
Hold on,
one
hold
of Jo- use
hold
use
on.
one of John's recipes.
Hey, UFC. Hold on. UFC. March 5th. I'll do something crazier.
Oh.
I'll come up with the stunt. I'll do a crazier stunt.
Oh my God, Robbie! You know what just came into my head? You remember that time you ate those wings? Those definitely hot wings on
Fuck
stream.
you. Fuck you. Hold on. That was 8 different. All right. So we had this challenge for me to make it through 23 flavors from around the world. I made it through 8 flavors from around the world.
He was
And
dead.
I think I almost died. I think I died and came back to life that day. I've done hot wing challenges. That was the worst. That was the worst thing I think I've ever done. That was the nastiest thing. God, I feel terrible right now.
Sayonara to your insides.
March 5th, we have the Jorge Masvidal Colby Covington fight. I'll come up with something for that.
Holly out here thinking we're all just like really in defeat now.
Nope.
Hey, we don't kink shame. We don't
Nope.
kink shame. We don't kink shame. We don't
I will
kink
not
shame.
yuck anyone's yum. If that's your thing, live your truth. Live your truth.
Yeah.
If y'all want me to do something spicy, if you want me to, if y'all donate enough with your donos, I'll find the most vile, fucked up, highest content alcohol in the world and drink that shit on air.
I will mail you my work boot, and you can take a whole like fucking triple shot of Malort out of that. How about that? And we'll go real hard with it.
I think that you're
I got-
being a bad friend for even saying that. Wow,
I got some of my old chicken house boots. If you want one of those to take one.
Stop it! Stop!
We have to raise the stakes. We have to raise.
Stop! We're on camera. We're on camera. Can
got
we
yard shoes.
not? All right. So people are gonna start screen recording this shit. Let's get into outros.
It's gonna be
because-
on YouTube.
God.
Yeah.
Hopefully, no one makes it to this part in the show, and hopefully, no one advertises anyone to make it to this point in the show.
I'm tweeting it out now.
I'm about to say, I'm about to tweet this.
Yes.
I love Rumboyz. I love Rumboyz. This is where it's at.
If it's spicy, if it's hot, if it's something crazy, I was actually gonna wear my cutoffs tonight, and I didn't. But whatever
I
the
got
fuck.
The arms,
pictures.
gotta show off the arms for the public. That's what we gotta do. You know, we gotta.
Hey, if we can help you view our content, but then also win fantasy football, win
have a good time.
bets, have a good time, talk away, get away from your regular life. That's what we're here for. We're not here to keep you in the matrix. We're here to break you out of the matrix. All right. So if you had a good time, make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that you comment. Make sure you subscribe. Show all my brothers love. Jay Love. Let's start with you. Tell them where they can find you, and then pass the ball along as we go.
Alrighty, so you'll find me on Twitter at RumboyzJLove, and then you will hit up rumboyz.com for the articles. It is draft season. It is that time. And you will see a lot of breakdowns coming from me and Robbie coming soon because it is that draft season. You're going to hear a lot more of me. I know I've been MIA for the past few months, for a long time, but I'm coming back. I'm getting back in my groove. And I don't know what's going on this panel, but I'll pass it to one of these people flexing over here. And go ahead.
Wait, hold on. We're doing this? Oh, all right. Go ahead. Hey, Herms, get your continue on. I see it. I don't like the Z2. Z2. Me and you, go ahead, Herms. Talk your shit.
All right. Well, if you want to listen to me in podcast form and not have to look at me, you can do so by listening to The Lateral Show. We are on Twitter at The Lateral FF. We got that shit on Spotify. We got that shit on Apple Podcasts. We got that shit on Anchor. Yeah, I say the F word a lot, so if you're not into that, then sorry. But, it is what it is. Other than that, you can find all my shit over at Fantasy Pros.
Let's go. Hey, Raj.
Oh,
it is your turn, brother.
Skipping Jeff? What? Okay.
Oh, wait, no, Jeff, fuck, my fault. I'm sorry. I like trying to flex and shit.
You know what? There's just too much flex going on in this session, so it's just I got flexed over. I got flexed over. It was flex holiday. No, hey,
God, put your shirt down, bro.
Wild.
Oh,
Too many nipples on this show.
It's too late, bro.
Don't worry, no one saw mine earlier.
TD.
Just kidding, they were out. Go check it at the 3:15 timestamp.
Oh my God. He gave a timestamp. That's wild.
Oh no.
Wild.
That's
okay.
You can find look at that.
Never get off this show.
99 cents for the arms. All right, we got it. All right, here we go. Yeah.
All right, Jeff, hurry, go.
Come on,
Jeff, overtalk these motherfuckers. Don't let these niggas overtalk you.
Listen. You can find me at geek_mill. I am also the host of the Fantasy Futures podcast. You can find it wherever you listen to podcasts: Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, whatever.
Fire.
I took a little bit of hiatus from the fantasy community, but I might be back for season 2. Hold on. Might be a special show, special combine episode. Stay tuned. Geek_mill on Twitter.
Talk that shit, pimp. Talk that shit.
So,
hey, I want really quick before I get into the next outro from Raj. I'm just gonna say this. Look out for some content between me and a homie Geek Mill. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want to put on as many of my brothers and sisters as I can. So, we gonna make some things happen during this all season. Hey, he brought me on to his show. He showed me some love. What, 2 months ago?
Yes, you were the first interview.
Yeah, actually. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I actually forgot about that. Oh, first ever interview on this podcast. But we're gonna be doing some work. We're gonna be establishing some shit and bringing the culture with fantasy football and shit. So get ready.
It's always all love, dilly.
All love, dilly, baby.
Rumboyz and Rumgirls, you know what to do.
Raj,
yes, sir.
Yeah, hey, like Herm said, Rumboyz and Rumgirls, you know what to do. Raj, talk that shit, pimp.
Oh man, shit, not much to say, but follow me up on Twitter at Rumboyz Raj.
Twitter.
I heard it too.
Fuck out of here.
That motherfucker.
Shit, if you want my IG, shoot me a DM. We'll chop it up on IG.
He dropping his IG.
Dude, let's make it happen. Yeah, that's about it. Try and get some articles out. We'll fuck it. We're just gonna grind. It's like J Love said, it's draft season. We're gonna get on our shit, and that's about it. All right, that's not
yo, for real though. My little brother dropping his IG is the funniest shit ever.
Sorry for the shit.
Hey, he with the shits, baby. He with the shits. Hey, yo, Z2, my graphic designer. Let him know what's designer, baby.
Out here in these streets.
Out here in these streets.
Z2 Fantasies right below. I make cool pictures. I mean, if you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. Doesn't bother me.
But you will.
But yeah, I made the one that Robbie fell into earlier when he cut out. So, yeah, but you can find me here. I'll be here more often. I took a hiatus, but I'll be here. every Friday.
Z2, I'm excited to get you this artwork for Shannon. I know it's a big deal for him, man, and I'm excited to see what you do for that. Be on the lookout for that gallery of work, ladies and gentlemen. When I tell you guys, when I really quick before we get into the Pat, when I tell you guys this man Z2 is a real motherfucking artist. Mike is also an artist as well, and these motherfuckers been working and changing secrets. When I tell you what's happening right now in the graphic design game in the fantasy space is the most beautiful shit that's happened, because these motherfuckers right now are sitting back low key, and they just doing their thing, and they're just making art, and that's beautiful because they just doing their thing.
I just got Photoshop too, so
yep,
learning that now.
Shout to the artists in the game. Shout to the graphic designers. A little birdie told me that we may or may not have some drop the mic graphics coming. We're gonna talk about it, so let's get ready. Ayo, Pat, and then Mike. Sign up.
You can find me there on the Twitter. Right now I'm going through a sports teams logo history. So come check it out on Twitter. We'll see. We just went through Rams, Bengals, Dallas Stars, Eagles.
Add me in that Lakers joint.
The Lakers don't got many big changes. Like, it's kind of
I know that
game.
I know that.
So it doesn't create good conversation. We went over the Houston Texans.
Bro, let me get that Washington joint. Tag me in that Washington.
I'll try and get you the Washington one. I'm gonna hit a couple baseball teams up soon here in a minute.
Oh, bro,
my Pistons one hit almost 300K impressions, but we're doing big things. We're connecting people.
Hey, speaking of baseball, shout out to all y'all waiting for the lockout to end. I know it's a bitch.
Go Nats.
Please.
I want my Nationals.
Minor leaguers, people not on your 40-man rosters, they're still practicing. They're still getting ready to go.
I want my baseball, though. Pat, you know me, man. Come on, man. You know me, man. I want my baseball, bro.
Go Nats.
If anyone wants to send me a gift, there is a Detroit Tigers St. Patrick's Day ball cap that I really, really want. Like,
how
much?
Wow.
I was looking it up last night. Like,
hey, yo, shout out to Pudge. Shout out to Pudge, though. Pudge showed a lot of consecrators a lot of love lately.
Former Washington National Pudge. 1 year, but still.
Yeah, 1 year. Uno año, papi.
Hall of Famer and non-Hall of Famer. I'll start with Pudge.
Okay,
Hall of Famer.
Hey, fucking Mike. Yo, I'm mad that nobody fucking picked the team other than their football teams. Mike, what you got, baby? Drop it. Let us know. Drop that mic.
My team doesn't even have Hall of Famers.
Drop the mic FF, just like Robbie said. You can find my graphics there. You can also find them. I'll just say it. You can find me on Instagram too, just like Raj, but it's the same as that. Other than that, there will be more to come on Going for Two with rookie stuff and more here, and who knows wherever else. I don't even know what I'm doing yet.
Out here in these streets.
I need you guys really quick. Pay attention to the community tab here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network YouTube. That's where a lot of our off-season exclusives and a lot of our off-season giveaways are going to happen. Is on that community tab. That's where you're going to get it first. If I give it on Twitter first, well, then everyone has it. And it's not really exclusive, right? So to make sure that you guys get it going, you guys get it popping first, be checking our channel at least every other day. We're going to start at least every Wednesday. We're going to bring it back Wednesdays. We're going to talk about our best parlays of the week, what games, what matches, things of that nature that we're feeling, whether that's fights, hockey, college basketball, NBA, whatever the case. So we're going to at least bring back the Wednesday windup. We're going to bring that back for you guys. We're going to be talking some wagertainment. Get it? We talking wagers. We talking entertainment. The bracketology tournament coming. We're going to have not one, but two of those dropping. We're going to have the Rumboyz bracketology tournament dropping, and we're going to have the Stacks bracketology tournament dropping as well. So be on the lookout for both of those opportunities for you to get in and score and win big prizes. Other than that, it's your boy Rumboyz Robbie. Look, motherfuckers ain't dubbed me yet.
Opportunity.
Huh?
I was no, because you said if you had, and I was like, one shot, one opportunity.
I think that's where you're going.
I
was like, fuck, did I just overtalk a good joke?
Would you capture it? But you just let it slip. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
You should have snapped back to reality.
Maybe the joke's still played. But
Get out the Matrix, Robbie.
But no, for real.
I love that Midwestern accent, Jeff.
A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff coming out here from the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the continuation of our future and everything else that's being brought forth here on the network. Support all the personalities you have seen tonight because they are all embarking on really great adventures. They're doing amazing things, catapulted their careers. So please make sure you show them love and support. You've already supported me. Support them as well. Ladies and gentlemen, cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the raw boys and girls, what it do? Well, dilly motherfucking dilly, y'all. Peace.